して遠くで揺れる光同じ先見つめ、yeah、 心はもうきっと気づいてる、君じゃなきゃ意味ない、ありきたりかな口ずさむラブソング唇に、Your eyes tell me everything I need. Your smile, what I ever love. 宝物だね。約束なんて時代遅れと笑うけど、僕ららしくていい、離さないと誓うよ、先読みなんてもう終わりにして、僕の手を握って少し切ない、それもまた無勢な胸味、Your eyes tell me everything I need. Your smile, what I ever love. 宝物だね。
にじませた瞳をそっと拭い、憎らしい気持ちにそっとさよなら、このままではいても立ってもいられない、受け止めてありのまま、今夜 Say a prayer for me, say a prayer for me、 どうか
雨上がりたどってこればかりを持って頭の中に響く声見えすいた嘘で似たようなセリフ並べてばかりねからくりなんて甘いだってきっと行く末は同じ素直になんて求めてないって嘘が消えた綺麗にも
Medusa, Epasos, Ashalalala, Susus, Minerva, Ecobubus. I love it when you couscous. Aphrodite, Bendisca, Oceanusus, Hera, Hermes, Icarus, Narcissus, Medusa, Epasos, Ashalalala, Susus, Minerva, Ecobubus. I love it when you couscous. Aphrodite, then discus, Hera, Hermes, Icarus, never become Christmas. I love Aphrodite, then discus, Hera, Hermes, Icarus, I love it when you couscous. Love it when you couscous. Love it when you couscous. 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 Love it. 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 Love. I love it when you couscous. Love it. 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 Love. I love it when you couscous. Love it. Love. I love it. Love. I love it. Love. I love it when you love it. Love. Love it. Love. I love it when you couscous. Love it. Love. I love it. Love. I love it. Love. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love. I love it when you couscous.
限られたこの時を月夜に混ざり合うと息を二人だけが知る秘密動き出す窓の外眺めて遠くで揺れる光同じ先見つめ、yeah、 心はもうきっと気づいてる君じゃなきゃ意味ないありきたりかな口ずさむラブソング唇に Your eyes tell me everything I need Your smile笑い だね約束なんて時代遅れと笑うけど僕ららしくていい離さないと誓うよ先読みなんてもう終わりにして僕の手を握って少し切ないそれもまた風情な胸味 Your eyes tell me everything I need Your smile 笑い合えたら宝物だね
Welcome back to Blast R6. It's the APL again, and guess what, Nick? We get to go all the way down under for OCE today. How you been, Nick?
I've been good, been busy. Been excited to watch some more Siege, of course, with the pleasure of working OCE like about a week ago or so. That famous OCE but Asia Playday intro, if you recall. Do you recall that?
It was
you
hectic,
do.
and yeah. Also, the schedule has been crazy so far for APL as a whole. We've had all these super days. Today, relatively, one of the more chill ones. We just have OCE right now. You guys can take stock of how everything's been going so far in the APL and dig into, of course, our 5th play day of OCE. Now, let's dig into the teams and the matches that we're playing out today. We've only got 3 games for you, as I've got a special guest. Hey, Sash. Come here. Come here. Sorry, I have a co-caster edition for today who's decided to get very vocal. This is our schedule at the moment. Of course, Dream Warriors and the Chiefs for our very first match of the night. Apologies for the comments from the Peanut Gallery. Dream Warriors have a real solid chance with how Chiefs have been a little bit hot and cold. Of course, Nick, that's a story that we'll delve into later. Ludavica Outlast. Ludavica being a promising show. Of course, the runners-up from Stage 1, Outlast, have a few roster changes. They might be looking hot. TSG Man LFO, a question mark for us as to whether that's going to be a close game or whether Man LFO will continue their hot streak.
That's exactly it. You put that perfectly. I mean, as you said, like Chiefs, which version shows up, the one that can take that Enterprise, the one that will lose to any team in the region. And then again, my biggest question is, Man LFO, as you said, how good can they actually be? They've been looking pretty damn good, but the biggest factor about that is consistency. If you play good for 1 or 2 games, that's great, but it's about how many successful days can you do that on, and then build that streak and build that experience. Right now, it looks like TSG might be the weakest team actually so far. They always go close, like 4-7 losses, 6-8 losses, but they don't really find victories anywhere.
Yeah, very dangerous team, but of course hard to get it across the line. Now, let's talk about our first match of the day, Chiefs versus Dream Warriors. Now, Chiefs had a very massive win just the other day against Enterprise Esports, of course, the top dogs from Stage 1. Chiefs coming into this stage, they've made big roster changes. They brought in Brendo from the GG roster and Sage, who was coaching that GG roster alongside Titan. And of course, that leads us to basically what is a manifestation of the old Bliss roster. You know, Oda, Sage, and Brendo. We're just missing a few of the key components, notably Fisho Guy, of that great Bliss dynasty that was forged. But of course, let's not forget as well that these guys did beat EP just the other day, which is, surprising to say the least after Chiefs have struggled so far. They lost to Man LFO. So we're starting to wonder, like, where do Chiefs realistically fit in now? After that win, has it recontextualized the stage for us?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect, honestly. So I'm just looking back right now. So we cast the Man LFO Chiefs game on Consulate, which was like a bit of a absolute stinker if you're a Chiefs fan. Then we did not cover the EP game, at least I wasn't there. They played Clubhouse, much more fundamental basics, much more step 1, step 2, step 3. They got a 7-2 victory. So it could be a map issue for Chiefs, maybe more than anything else.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can take it today. Of course, Dream Warriors are an opponent that are at least very formidable compared to the previous iteration in Stage 1. Of course, Saga Esports, unfortunately, were unable to get even a single point on the board in Stage 1. They made some pretty big roster changes. 3 out of the 5 players are different now. They've rebranded to Dream Warriors, and we see some old guard faces. We see a few more familiar figures from the community now on this roster, notably Kakin, who's been on some moderate level teams in the past, and he's been kicking around in the scene for such a long time, but he's failed to make it to the very top echelon. Very talented player, very smart guy as well. Reelers as well, very notable fragger who's been around for quite some time. And then of course Wizard and Freelo, the old guard from Saga Esports in Stage 1 that really struggled, and Eraser, who's kind of been a notable figure in ranked from the OCE scene for quite some time. So yeah, I'm wondering, Dream Warriors, with the performances we've seen from them so far, taking a decent fight to some of these top teams. For example, their most recent match, they almost took Ludavica for overtime. They won their first game against Outlast quite dominantly, 7-2. It's quite clear, Nick, that this is not a repeat of the Saga Esports Stage 1 performance, but how high realistically can they go?
Not just that, but also the entire region as a whole. I mean, I was going into this stage thinking, it's going to be like a 2-team region, you know, like Chiefs and I guess Enterprise in that case. So it looks like more and more teams are actually ramping up their successes. I personally am super stoked about Ludavica, for example, so cast them is always a pleasure. Map video though for this game, going all the way to the newest map of Lair, actually, with one kind of dangerous thing here, right? We see Chiefs having to start on the attack inside, and look at how they attack Consulate just about a week ago from now. That's making me a little bit scared. So I want to see again today, is it going to be the good Chiefs, or is it going to be the Consulate Chiefs that could not find any success on the attack?
Yeah, we haven't seen Chiefs play Lair as of yet. Of course, they will start on the attack. That's really where we get to test them. In Stage 2 so far, Nick, every single team in the OCE League has copped a loss, right? And it was Chiefs that we have to thank for that, getting that win over EP in their last game. Will we see that form? Will we see Sage in particular spring back into his veterancy from a bit of a stint on the bench, coaching for that GG roster? I know in the game that we saw against Man LFO, we were a bit disappointed in Sage. We were a bit disappointed in Chiefs as a whole. They looked disjointed. From what I heard about that EP game, he looked on fire. The team was back into it. And I tell you what, these social predictions are absolutely ruthless, Pengu. 96% of fans at home reckon this is going to be a washout for Chiefs.
That is absurd. I mean, I don't really blame them though, to be honest, but I gotta be a little bit more faith in Dream Warriors. They get defense start here and there. Of course, those goals happens before the starting side. The map is determined from the bands starting off. Oh, by the way, I forgot about this. Clash is back. Quarantine. I read the 3 days ago. I was saying Clash, man, that doesn't make any sense, but no, Clash is back in action. Demos get answered through on the other side. Dream Warriors want to get a bit more extensive on the roam and play a bit more loose in the server. Deimos and Blackbeard both kind of stop you from doing that, as isolated members can just taken down in those 1v1s. Whereas Chiefs, very methodical right now, clash into smoke. They can take map control easier and go for plants a lot easier, forcing Dream Warriors onto either vertical C4s or Tashanki for plant 9 instead, perhaps.
Yeah, I like this. You throw a curveball with that smoke ban. Every now and then we see it, but it's not become one of those main operators you ban like your mirrors. Even your Clash, who I think does kind of fit into that. I did see a lot of Clash in APAC North the other day, Pengu, and she's as powerful as ever, of course. Pre the rework, she was powerful. Post rework, she's arguably better. Yeah, people really love that operator. Good move from Chiefs to ban it on out. Simplifies things, like you said. But of course, they're not going to have the Blackbeard. They're not going to have the Deimos either. And that Deimos on Lair, I mean, it's his map, right? It's his
it really is.
HQ, his lair, and I'm not surprised to see that ban. He is so good on the vertical, especially on this bomb side.
Speaking of APAC North, when you were watching it, did you happen to see any Dinar usage or anything fancy with the new operator in the game, or same as here?
I mean, I saw some Denari, but nothing to write home about, sadly.
Okay.
And, it was something me and Demo actually talked about a little bit. It was pleasure casting with my my Irish friend. But yeah, unfortunately, did not get to see anything crazy. This is pretty cool, though. I don't mind it. The big critique of Denari, and I mean, I'd love to hear your take from playing a lot of it in high-level ranked, Nick, but yeah, well, there's a pick. Real has gone down, funnily enough, the Denari himself. But it's so easy to just toss one nade in, you destroy one side of the Denaris, and it's all gone. Like, it's nullified.
It does feel a bit like Denaur is almost like a deployable shield in a way. The deployable shield itself is not all that great, but protected with a 1Y magnet, a Jaeger DS, you know, some playable positions, all of a sudden that deployable shield is quite strong. Denaur's lasers, the prismas, are similar. If you just leave them be to a single grenade, like you said, they're all going to be gone very quickly. Protect them, and they can be quite troublesome to deal with. Dream Warriors got a bit of a stretch defense right now, right? They got some mirror windows to hold some of the extensive rooms that's been cleared vertically by the buck. They got some prismas to deny entry towards the bomb site and the back side. That's great, but the attack right now isn't happening there. Then they got Valkyrie C4 downstairs and Melusi Banshees for entries. It feels like Dream Warriors right now are trying to cover every single area that can possibly happen, which means they're spread very thin. They're not playing towards one single win conditioning, which means they're gonna have some gaps to be found and exploited. And so far, Chiefs very quick in this round, got the mirror window, got the opening kill, and they even get the IQ for the Valcams.
And good mid-round pressure as well. Unfortunately, the Bees actually missed. Ironically, it, funnily enough, keeps Wizard over here at bay. He is then spotted with a drone and forced to fall on back. That's the C4 down below. You mentioned a lot of C4s on the board that could come into play in the late round for Plant Denial. It's Quiz. He's on the hunt and he snaps straight onto Wizard's head. Great kill for Chiefs. Two-player advantage. The round should be theirs.
Really good decision making there, no hesitation saying, guys, there's a single roamer downstairs, let's isolate. Same, as I said earlier, Blackbeard and Deimos, both amateur Murrays, they know that's the game plan of Chiefs. Now, step 2, breach the walls by the bomb site, take rocket stairs, attack the bomb site from every direction at the same time.
Great usage of the Grim. The Bees cover Brendo as he makes his way up the stairs. Now he's got the cutoff as Oda on the back of the breach will go for the plant. Jigsaw, a C4, somehow finds the kill on a freelo, and Brendo's got the hallway on lock. It's all up to Kakin now, and his veterancy will count for nothing against the full might of Chiefs. It's a dominant start to the once top dogs of the region.
It's a very different look from just 5 days ago, where they were not pushing together, not making quick decisions, not even really hitting the shots in the 1v1s. Now, all of a sudden, they're doing everything by the book, right? Step 1, deal with the spawn peak. They win that initial gunfight. Isolate a player downstairs or force them away at least. They get that done as well. Then, when they got a 5v3, they can just hit the bomb site, overpower, overwhelm. Remind you, they banned the smoke and the clash. Those two operators are the simplest or easiest defenders to play to stop you from just pushing down the bomb site. So the newest can be very vulnerable. And a lot of teams don't play Tashanga even when smoke gets banned. And this just gives Chiefs so much more pushing power if they're gonna do a quick 3, 2, 1, let's just execute right here, right now situation. Dream Warriors will swap the bomb site, not go top floor again, go downstairs instead. And this lineup looks a lot more like a turtle setup, right? This is gonna be probably like a 5 guys likely in the basement by the staircases, can lock down the hatches with the Kaid and the Tuberau. They got traps, they got a warden for flashbangs or smokes. The thing for Dream Warriors here is, again, there's not really any plant deny besides 2 C4s. They do need to take a fight somewhere on the map, likely on one of those staircases, like where Reelers is spawn peeking from the drone hole right now. Something like that. They need to kill somewhere in this round.
How much patience will they exude? Are they going to get aggressive like they did last round and lose a player early? If Chiefs, if you give them that advantage, they will capitalize. We've seen that. We were actually having a little bit of a chat about opening kills in the lead up to the broadcast today. Chiefs are the best team at opening kills, and they're pretty damn good at converting them as well. 68% of the time when they get that opening kill, they also get the round win. They're only behind Enterprise and Ludavica on that statistic. Dream Warriors, they're pretty good at getting those opening kills, but they're very challenged when it comes to trading them back or converting those rounds.
It's a quiet beginning here. Like we said, no roaming presence from Dream Warriors. They're surrendering the full map control. But Chiefs don't know that. They gotta clear all these angles, positions with drones, with entries, Quiz and the Nook. Not the best Nook round, really. You're up against the Ella mines, there are no cameras being played, just a singular bulletproof cam in the defaults, no Valkyrie, no Echo, no Maestro. So Quiz as an operator on the nuke is kind of like a dead up. You got nades, you got a good gun, sure. The gadget probably not gonna find much success. The wall bang through the floor takes the Arunia Reelers down to one singular point of HP, and that DMR is gonna be a bit more passive now as you can't take every gunfight with confidence.
That's what you want to do when you're in Aruni as well, right? With the scope changes that have come through on the defense. Aruni is much more of a long-range player now, much more leaned on for her gun. Kaken, speaking of DMRs, has found Brendo. So no more rate your. I'm not sure what the plan was, but likely you picked that for the execute. Ooh, C4 could be big. A lot of damage done to Jig, but no kill.
Can they execute though? I mean, they got the power that they need, right? Maverick open this wall, cover one angle, hold the bird, cover the second angle. Only one singular C4 in the pocket of Freelo to deny a plant right now. If Cheese holds every gunfight correctly and don't just walk in down to a shotgun here from Quiz, this is still winnable.
So how do they play it? Oh, the shotgun won by Quiz.
That can save the round.
With that FMG, and he's going to be able to hold it. It's massive retake now required from Dream Warriors, but Chiefs in the post plant looks solid. Jigsaw to lock it down from up above. Dream Warriors forced to retake, but the vertical holes can make that oh so difficult. And look at the way Chiefs are giving them absolutely nothing to play for. A peek potentially from Eraser. The Chiefs know they don't have to get over aggressive. Good one from Eraser, Kaken as well. One trade comes through. It's now up to Jigsaw up above, and Sage, who continues falling back to deny this defuse. Reelers gets on it. Nice one tap from Jigsaw above. Sage to claim the final kill. And Chiefs, they're looking hot today. Back into form with two dominant attacks.
It's a disgusting situation. I mean, Quiz single-handedly opens up the round with a singular gunfight, right? Nuke walks in, FMG in hand against the Warden shotgun right here. If Warden wins this fight, they can't go for a plant because they have 4 people alive, right? One person is the Maverick on the holes he made on the reinforced wall. He's covering that connector door. The other person is on the verticality, probably on the hatch or on the vert holes themselves, watching down to the rotate on the side itself. There was a third angle. If Quiz, doesn't walk in successfully, the Warden can now deny the planter. Like, relatively easily, actually. But that just does not pan out. One gunfight changes everything. Chiefs, again, with a very clear, very good read on the situation. What they need to do, what position they need to utilize, and the timings. 3, 2, 1 work together. Yes, they lost a player early, but they stayed composed, had a very clear vision. And Dream Warriors can't quite find their footing. They need a clearer win condition themselves, when to take a fight, where to take a fight, and ensure that if Cheese want to keep going for these cheeky plants, they need to play plant denial to stop them from getting there.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Dream Warriors are getting outclassed at the moment. Individually, we know that they've got the gun power. We saw that in that retake. I mean, they found the first and second kills of it. But Chiefs, the big difference between this game, Nick, and what we saw when they lost to Man LFO on Consulate is that Chiefs really look like an organized unit. On Consulate, we saw a lot of solo plays. We saw a lot of one guy dies on his split position, and then the rest of the attack looks very uninspired. No, not at all. Today, Chiefs are so coordinated, so together.
Just gonna start in a similar way. Step 1, just get that information. One player by the bomb side, Reelers on Denari. A wall, mute jammed. EMP still from the striker, combined with those can openers, can single-handedly just open up the wall once they're ready for it. Right now, joining a second time downstairs they are. Actually, change of plans. A Thermite joins the fray. Second EMP from the striker instead, and a bigger hole will get put into this wall. Oh, Reelers, he's by the breach.
This is very aggressive, but he reads it well onto Oda. There should be a trade here. The Lion locks him in place, and Sage will trade. Takes a bit of damage, but worthwhile here for Chiefs. There was a temptation to go for the rush. Thankfully for them, Oda, the one who fell, didn't have that diffuser.
I like that play though. I mean, it screams a bit, you know, desperation because now the one player by the bomb set is dead. Everyone else up above in the vert. But look at the lineup. Solus plus Warden. Solus can figure out where the plant is going down and when. Warden can see through a flash or a smoke. Chiefs need to backstep upstairs while they're trying to hit the bomb set at the same time. Or they gotta clear the top floor. There's no way to do plant on the side itself. I think they realize this now. 3 people attacking above and Sage outside the breach.
Oh wow, Quiz is taking a hell of a lot of damage. Oh, actually to the fire. Strange that he would take that much damage to the fire. Freelo holding onto this position. He's got the shotty. It's great for it. And you're dead right, Nick. It's so challenging for Chiefs to go for an attack without clearing these positions. Freelo is watching the breach. Jigsaw finds his killer. Razor overextends. Don't give Jigsaw an inch because he'll take a mile. Freelo from up above does finish off Quiz as he enters. Jigsaw also gets stunned on out. Brendo tries to refrag, but you're a dead man if you try and contest that shotgun, and so he falls. Jigsaw needs to go nuclear here.
It's 5-0 so far. Sage 3-0 as well. They got the numbers for it. Dream Warriors is going to stick around. No one's falling back just yet. They want to hold top block control. They know if they have it, they got the win condition. Let's see. Flash goes out. Pistol whip doesn't pan out.
That was very desperate. Jigsaw does trade against Wizard. Only 2 players left, but time is not on his side. He's going to have to go big, and I don't think Freelo's going to get baited into it. Kakin swings again. Dream Warriors find their first round. Despite Jigsaw's best efforts, the defense are on the scoreboard.
It's good. It's really, really good. I mean, Dream Warriors, very simple execution there, saying, guys, we're going to stand the win condition. Let's not give them any free kills. Play in their corners, play in a safe spot. They do just that. They recognized that it was Chiefs that to make every single problem-solving move in that round. And it starts off with a bit of cheeky aggression, right? Swinging the main breach as a sole anchor player on the side itself. It shouldn't be the case. That's the kind of play that you need to make. But understanding when to make it and everyone playing around it, having a backup plan of the Warden and the Solus is genius. Because that means, again, as long as the defenders have top floor control, they can still keep holding on the bomb side.
I don't know, Dream Warriors, like we talked about, it's a very different story to Stage 1 Saga, who literally, like, they would fight tooth and nail for every round. These guys are a much more formidable team, right? We saw that win in the first playday to Outlast. Outlast themselves took Chiefs the distance to 15 rounds. A lot of people say Chiefs probably should have lost that game. So yeah, straight out of the gates, we had a better impression out of Dream Warriors. They are losing now, but I don't know, I just feel like there's something a bit different about this stage for them.
Love what I'm seeing. It's Tashanka. It's finally being brought to the table. I certainly saw this, but Desert also caster, of course, a colleague of ours, made a post about pro teams picking Tashanka, and it never works out. You know, they missed the fire, most notably in like Bank Basement. And he was like, is Tashanka a bad operator? Do pro teams seem to get baited into it? Or is it like a player skill issue? Like, what's the issue with Tashanka, right? And I think for a very long time, a lot of people go, but Tashanka's sketch is kind of bad. It doesn't last that long. It's not that big. But he's got 20 of them. Tashanka can deny like 90 seconds of a round effectively in just duration. I do think Tashanka has lots of potential, just the highest ceiling of how to play the operator well, because the radius is a bit smaller. If you mess it up, like, you know, tank goes down, you really can't afford to mess it up.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Dream Warriors don't have the smoke, so they're going to have to go to the Tachenko. I sure hope that they've practiced with it. Like you said, fine margins for that fire. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a juggle situation with the turbo out. Dream Warriors are expecting some verticality from below. Not sure if Quiz is quite in position yet. Oh, wow, that's a contest and a half from Kakin. Jigsaw goes down. And if you're ever playing against Jigsaw and you see him in the kill feed at the start of the round, you get excited. Jigsaw's down, guys. We can breathe a sigh of relief.
Just gotta hold on now. Don't throw any bodies for free, but now there's a very clear win condition. As I said, plant denials on the table. Tashanka, triple C4, man advantage. Good news though, I guess the Chiefs, they got the Maverick, can deal with those Bandit and Kai Claw. That wall towards the bomb site, though, without the hallway control by top rocket stairs, you can't really Maverick this. So I'm curious what they're gonna try and do instead. Sure, they got the bug downstairs right now, but again, they don't have hallway control. They can't just walk in and deal with the verticality. Or if the side door push the hallway instead, perhaps? Could work.
Don't mind it. Good control taken now by Chiefs. Usually it takes teams quite a long time to get into this position. Oh, the Buck is the perfect operator, trapped inside of the bathroom. Eventually they will find that kill. Razor goes down. Meanwhile, though, it's been a brawl on the site. And Sage, again, one of the last alive and forced to clutch up. Him and Quiz together to get that diffuser back and start figuring out where they're going to go for a plant spot, because the normal plant spot is not opened up.
Shield's a problem, but I know it's clear. One flashbang and pocket for the attackers, 2 C4s, 4 defenders. So one good C4 could make the difference here. They made the call. Maverick open, default plant spot, walk in, go for a plant. The problem is, I said earlier, that deployable shield is in a perfect position to give the defenders the better gunfight. And time is ticking down, teams. 13 seconds to go.
Yeah, wow. Sage is really going to have to nail this. A C4 rip for a second. They try and bait him on out. Oda is forced, or rather Quiz is forced to stick it once again as Sage continues holding. There's the first kill for Mitchell. Sage, he goes big with a double. Chiefs again coming up clutch in the tight moments. And it's this man right here who steps up to the task.
You see the struggle out there, still in the 2v2. They got options, right? One player could have gone downstairs, C4 below. That wins the round for the Dream Warriors. One person could have flanked in the hallway. That could have won you the round. Doesn't happen. Both C4s don't reach far enough. They both missed. Deployable shield not really utilized. It felt like Chiefs. They took a breather. 5 or so seconds. All right, guys, what do we do? Okay, you have a drone below. Great. I'm gonna watch the hallway. You're gonna Maverick the wall, try and go for a plant. When you hear the C4 rip, get off the plant there pre-fire. Either hit the C4 mid-air or try and get the kill. If that doesn't happen, we gotta just stick and hope for the best. It felt again like every single situation that Chiefs find themselves in, they have the ability to problem solve and get a little bit creative with it. And in that last round, what we saw was this coordinated aggression. It was again, guys, we're gonna roll off the door. We can't get the default wall opened up because again, we don't have hallway control. Let's push the stairs, push the hallway, and just explode around the bomb site and see what we can make happen. And a 2v2 is perfect for them. And they showed us exactly why. They can plant, they can cover another arguably dominant round for Chiefs.
I didn't feel dominant when it was a 2v2 though, Nick. I mean, it really comes down to playing it perfectly. The Nitro cells, perhaps a lot of people watching will be like, why didn't they just deny with the Nitro? And of course, like, if it was a smoke still alive, then you could have done that. But Chiefs banned it on out. Yeah, but he died, right?
He was alive. Yeah, he did die. He did die.
True. I mean, yeah, these guys haven't been to the gym quite enough to land those C4s. You need quite an arm to do that. Yeah, I mean, there are 100 different ways they could have played it to try and best Sage, but at the end of the day, he just wins his 2 1v1s. The guy is 6-1 at the moment. He's even overshadowing Jigsaw. I mean, completely different role, completely different player, but great to see him back in the server and feeling peak form once again.
Yeah, it feels a bit like you got Jigsaw for the early round, right? Same with Quiz, like finding those openings. And you got Sage as the clutch guy at the end of the round, once you need somebody to like really step up. Is that a deployable shield put in the doorway to stop you from getting in?
Is this like year 1 stuff? I feel like this is, you know, when people used to put the deployable shields in the windows because it would stop you jumping in? This is like...
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting. That's cheeky.
That's a strat and a half.
I mean, that's because now you gotta either walk... I think you can get on the right-hand side, but you don't have any cover then, essentially. So it's a bit... It sucks to deal with. But there's a fuse from Oda, so I feel like a silly little cluster charge should deal with this quite nicely.
Oh, the wrong
if you
direction,
realize that it's there. It's got more in pocket.
Jigsaw's going to find another opening kill. Man, this guy just does not stop, does he?
Uh-oh.
Best opening kill player in the league. And he's going to go for 2 for 2 as well. Man, he is absolutely making mincemeat out of Dream Warriors on the vertical game with the Ram. Hungry for more, sees another player as Realers decides it's about time to fight back.
Oh my god. They're gonna keep on fighting. Alright, Dream Warriors, plan C. Let's just swing the vert and go for kills, but it's not gonna pan out because Jiggy is better.
How does he find 3 kills on the vertical game? This is
almost
so
4.
scary. He's almost gonna find a 4th. He gets peeked, and now he knows exactly where this last one is. He's going to find the 4K through the vertical game. Nobody can put the pieces together like this guy can. Otis forcing the plant down, and Reelers, who started onto Brendo, is going to have to finish it. But Jigsaw, he's still hungry, and he's just waiting for the chance. Reelers finds another kill as Quiz goes down, and Jigsaw is no longer in position, but that doesn't matter because the team captain can get the job done himself. The plant, the cluster charges, and the final kill. Chiefs are flying through Lair.
It's ridiculous because, mind you, Reelers was put on like 40 health or so by Jigsaw earlier in the round, also from the vert. This guy almost aced the entire enemy team before his teammates even start planting down the diffuser. He's just fishing, holding his ankles, and Dream Warriors, for some reason, are trying to challenge him back. Not only is Jigsaw a great shot on the server, but he's got the high ground. When you combine those two, you're gonna win the majority of those gunfights, and he won every single one of them. Tertiary bomb site, it's the only round victory that Dream Warriors could muster so far. They find themselves back in this same spot, but it kind of came down to Chiefs just kind of falling apart, not having a clear way to plant down that diffuser, and the sense came to mind last time. Now, Brendo's hovering that sense operator, and they now have a different way to play it out. Dream Warriors, all they did before was hold top floor with the Warden, with the Solace. They brought those same operators. In fact, they brought the exact same strat, more or less. Chiefs, this time, they gotta show us adaptability, that they saw the issues of the past and they can fix them on their second attempt.
Yeah, I mean, having Oda run in and die in the first 20 seconds certainly wouldn't hurt.
Hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know, you're playing Striker, you're basically a glorified Thatcher, you help Thermite open up the wall, now your job is done, you can go crazy with it. This time they realize it's a Kaid, so they bring actually the Thatcher instead, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny, isn't it? We got Thatcher and Thermite and Striker, who's budget Thatcher and budget Thermite.
Gotta bring up your backup plans. I respect it. Like, let's say somebody dies, you can still get the job done. EMP, they actually get the yellow ping on the Kai Claw, secondary EMP, Thatcher EMP, really guaranteeing that wall opening. And this time no one sprints on in, so it's a 5v5. The round can play out. Chiefs very obviously here playing more for execute, given the fact that they stuck the sense.
Yeah, and you know what's great about leaving some of those EMPs from Jigsaw still in pocket, Nick, is that they can be used later in the round to disrupt other utility, whether that's Mute Jammers or most notably the Solus, right? You EMP her out, she's not going to be able to find that plant with her gadget.
Same with Thatcher right here. You can, you know, take off the Warden smart glasses if you know where he's playing from. As you said, same thing with the Solus, and this opens up again more avenues for Chiefs to go for their attack. They're depending on Solus's gadget to figure out where the plant is going down, and Warden to see through a smoke or a flashbang. Of course, the sense walls got reworked not all that long ago. They don't act as a smoke wall anymore, so Warden cannot see through them, nor can cameras. Nate goes out, clears the shield. That's the first step done for Chiefs to apply pressure up top floor. What they need right now is a way in the building. They're on the exterior, waiting for a gift somewhere, free kill, someone over peeking. But Dream Warriors did this last time. They sit in their pretty corners and they wait for Chiefs to make the first move.
Yeah, I'm really keen to see what Chiefs can do with that Thatcher in the late round. An operator that's not picked a lot these days. The value is still underestimated. Otis found his pick on the site. I think we're nearing the moment where the execute can come through. It's actually Brendo. The cover is being watched on the rear side. Freelo gets baited out by Sage. And there's nothing to be done for Kakin up above. He tries to deny the plan, he can't find the angle. And now it's a 3 versus 5 retake for the defense. In their final round of the half, I don't think they're going to find it.
Don't think so. I mean, look at this. The crossfire, staircase, proning. Actually,
shot.
The first gunfight.
And the second. Just maybe it's possible. It's still a 3 versus 3. Quiz deleted! It's a 1v3 now for Jigsaw. Is he able to get the angle? Spots out Wizard. Is he going to get the angle onto the player who's getting that diffuser? No, he's not. Dream Warriors stick the plant, stick the denial. And with that, they finish the half with 2 rounds on their clock.
I don't know how they win that. There was a good crossfire on the staircase on top floor. One guy gets like on the staircase. They sprint past the second guy. They 180 turn around, shoot the second guy, walk down the staircase, shoot around the exterior window. They got Jigsaw on the vert in a great position, but doesn't see the guy going for the defuse. I wrote down in my notes when they planted, all right, that's a done round. I'm seeing 4 plants. I'm seeing a 5-1. I'm seeing dominance from Chiefs. and you look back up and the round is completely flipped upside down. Dream Warriors, the kings of the tertiary bomb site, but found no success elsewhere. They end up 2-4.5.
Wow. There's no universe that they should win that in a 3 versus 5. For it to go from a 3v5 to a 3v1 as well. I mean, if any of those Chiefs players had found 1 kill, then maybe it would have been a different story. Jigsaw maybe could clutch out a 1v2. He just has to win 1 gunfight plus kill the guy on the diffuser. Yeah. But no, I mean, that's unreal. I think it was Wizard found apparently only 1 of those kills. I don't know who got all those frags. Maybe we can see it in the highlights here. So Freelo has said it was Kakin, Eraser, and Wizard. Kakin finds the first one. Oh, Wizard finishes off, but yeah, Kakin got it. Yeah. And then Wizard gets his 1, Eraser gets 1, and then... Yeah, wow. That was a crazy round. Massive credit to Kakin. He landed some nasty shots there.
I think it kind of comes down to the same thing as... I was going to say with this one, the same thing as before, but I was saying earlier, basically, where you kind of write off the round. Like, I wrote in notes, okay, Chiefs win the round before it happened. I also think Chiefs themselves kind of went, okay, guys, we don't have to play like 110% serious right now because we got like the craziest post plan, like 5v3 verticality, you know, like we can't lose if we got crossfires. Because they could have done 1,000 things differently in that round for Chiefs, like very, very minuscule differences, right? But it's like, why would they? The round is so over, except it really just wasn't. And then you got maybe Kakin and Wizard playing it well. Wizard was 0-5 or whatever when that round was playing out. Wizard ran in first, kind of being the baiter, and Kakin played behind him to then trade his body. I think that's a very conscious decision. They're saying, guys, get the better gun, the better player, so to speak, in this game right now, to be the one to get the kills. Because if Wizard 0-5, there's like, he's just a body, right? Send him in. It's good.
Oh, I'm going to be reeling from that one for a while. But yeah, Dream Warriors really have just got a free round that they should not have won. They're going to start this very quickly. That was a strange... Yeah, Oda on cams. Kakin just takes him on out. It's a rush here for Dream Warriors, and they've taken down one of the most difficult players to take down, which is the Smoke in this shotgun hallway. So it's a good start.
They lose everything. They lose the mirror window, the rotate, the Smoke. I mean, Oda was on default cams, just flicking through, being like, all right, this is clear. I'm dead, guys. Just like that. It's when you have like your front forward player, you know, playing, you know, in the extended roam or extension of the bomb side. Rarely should they be the ones that go on cams, especially when nobody's covering them with sound or information. Could just be poor timing on the cam chicken as well, of course. Who knows? But Chiefs, they gotta lash out now. They know they're up against a blitz. They haven't seen the glash yet, I don't believe. So when the bomb set actually comes through, the only real counterplay is gonna be the 2 C4s. One from Brenda, one from Sage. There, the smokes, and they go.
Laz has to cover here. This comes a lot of it down to Reelers as the plan's going down from C4. Wizard. Another C4 misses. Reelers has also missed a cross. Never mind, he will eventually find Sage. This is quite a way to kick things off on the attacking side for Dream Warriors, but Chiefs will fight back. They bring it back to a 3v3 as Jigsaw looks to re-peak. 12 kills, he's found this game. As Quiz gets in the fight as well. Brendo needs to come and help with this retake, as both of the remaining defenders continue falling on back. Freelo's got a great gun for this situation, but Reelers, his position spotted. He lands his shots with a DMR. It's just him left now, and a big retake from Quiz. From Dream Warriors winning a 3v5 post-plan to Chiefs winning a 3v5 post-plan. This game is next level chaotic.
Somehow, some way, defenders are just winning the retakes. This doesn't typically happen, but it is right now. It comes out from good gunplay. Again, Chiefs playing well together, winning out in those engagements, picking things apart. And it's funny because Chiefs kind of lost the last round because when they were attacking in the post plant, they were playing a little too aggressive on their angles. I'd argue for this round for Dream Warriors, they're playing a bit too passive in their angles. I mean, Ace in the middle to bomb side, fighting 2 different defenders. Then you got Freelo and Reelers in the other hallway, just kind of holding pixel angles, selling the Ace, leaving him be on the bomb side in the 1v3. So 2 different ways of playing the retake, 2 different ways of playing the attacker's post plant. In both situations, defenders come out on top. Chiefs could be up 6-1 right now had that throw not happened, but with that being said, they just had a huge clutch themselves to get them to that 5-2 scoreline.
Yeah, I know, that's kind of 2 rounds that just should not have panned out the way that they did, Nick. But funnily enough, it does mean that the scoreline is what it would have been anyway if those 2 rounds had panned out the way that they on paper should have. So. I don't know, this game is just keeping me guessing.
Attackers are moving out to locate a
Both
bomb.
these teams need to be careful. You know, it shows that if you give a team an inch, they will take a mile.
Yeah.
Chiefs have got to be a bit worried as well about these fast pushes because Dream Warriors have set the pace with that blitz rush at the start of last round.
Yeah, they have. But now that they know, things should very much change, right? Either you don't play as isolated, or like this, you start barricading more doors to give sound cues if they're pushing it. And this bomb set in general, like we see, like with the tertiaries, it plays vertically. So we gotta see Dream Warriors now do a lot of problem solving before they can go for their rush. We saw Chiefs be good at this, right? You EMP or Maverick the exterior wall, breach it with the Ace. Now you got bomb site pressure. Then you can attack top floor and see what happens. If you're unsuccessful at breaching the bomb site walls, then there's no pressure below and only above. That makes the push very predictable, and it means more defenders can focus on the gunfighting upstairs, not having to worry about a bomb site rush. And because the Warriors don't have any EMPs or don't have a Maverick, they can't get that first wall.
Yeah, dead set. Oh, Quiz has found a pick. Kakin's gone down the blitz. That's one of the X factors for Dream Warriors. One of the key ways at clearing out Sage in this shotgun hallway. So how do the rest of them pick up the pieces? Try and clear out these very difficult to clear positions. A drone goes out, spots Sage, but he'll gas up the entry. Wow, Wizard takes a hell of a lot of damage because he was on that drone. Yeah, this is not a good start for Dream Warriors at all.
That feels bad, man. I mean, you're 1-7, you're down to a gadget, now you gotta push in as a secondary player. You can't get the hot destruction done either early in the round. In the hallway they go.
Oh, what's going on?
Jicky, careful.
He's got to be a bit worried about that angle. Doesn't have a crossfire, though, from his teammate, which is why he's taking a lot more of an aggressive angle, but... Oh, here we go. Sage is going to have to get aggressive. Reelers perfectly plays it. The nade followed up by the pre-fire guarantees that kill onto Sage. Dream Warriors, well, they've completed one step. Now Jigsaw is all alone.
Yeah, but what about now? They got their Runegades, the Melusi Banshees, 45, Chris 6 down Wizard, the 1 Ace. They traded?
Yeah.
They traded.
Apparently a direct trade leaves Quiz and Oda still alive. Freelo, the last man standing, he's got to get that diffuser back. I don't know if Quiz was finding those kills through the floor or elsewhere.
Must have been.
I mean, Freelo's got no clue. He still thinks there might be a player upstairs. He still's not going back to get that diffuser, so this is going to need to be going for kills. He's not going to be able to threaten the plant. Quiz in a good position, falls back into the site as Freelo readies to drop down the hatch. It'll be a big drop. He speed drops it. That's a good bit of tech, but it won't guarantee him a kill. And Oda's got a pre-placed Nitro Cell ready to detonate. Chiefs, well, it might have been a back and forth game, but they do have match point.
That they do, and it seems like they're just clutching up right now as well. I mean, that round started to look pretty good for Dream Warriors, but then again, small things like gunfights, Quiz steps up massive, gets some. I do think the biggest problem in that round was just, as I was touching upon earlier, not getting that reinforced wall by the bomb side. They're fully attacking top floor, 5 people. Like I said, it's very predictable. They're 1 guy backstabbing, 4 guys in the front lines, and the only kill they managed to get, like, successfully, easily, was the smoke. Sage stuck in the corner, Nate came out, pre-fire came out, Lion Charge, like there's nothing you can do. If you don't have the right tools to achieve what you need to afterwards, you know, getting the plant down, hard destruction, roam clear, etc., then a kill is just a kill. You don't gain much with it.
Exactly. And while this has been a bit of a chaotic back and forth game, it does leave us at a 6-2, and if this ends up being a 7-2, Nick, that's by no means a close match. That's people would like look at the scoreboard if they didn't watch today. They'd just look back at the results and be like, yeah, no, that sounds about right. Dream Warriors getting smashed by Chiefs. Makes sense.
Attackers are heading out to defuse
Yeah.
the bomb.
But you gotta dig deeper sometimes, and that's the shit. There's so many games that flies below the radar, unless people are going, oh my god, did you see the game last night? You should watch it back, it was crazy. It was a 7-2, and it's like, wait, why is that crazy? But then you look at every single round, the plays that are happening, the moments, like the Jigsaw almost getting ace vertically, like stuff that doesn't happen very often. This has been a great game of both teamwork, but also individuals.
Yeah.
Most notably from Chiefs, but Dream Warriors, they're hanging around. They're hanging.
Oh, Quiz has been really aggressive early on. Almost kills poor Jigsaw. Takes a lot of damage. He has to go aggressive here, I think. There's not really many ways to play this. He's trapped. He's likely going to die. Oh, unless he swings and times it perfectly. No, Wizard takes him down. Jigsaw's also fallen, so yeah, just maybe Dream Warriors can say, we're happy with that outcome. We've got the numbers advantage, even though Freelo's on about 1 HP. Should be pretty happy with that.
It's one of those rounds where, oh, the fake,
Oh, no.
the bait is so good. They kind of sold Jigsaw there. Quiz got overly aggressive, stuck in the corner. Jigsaw said, I can help, dies first, then Quiz is left on his lonesome, dies afterwards. But this is the second time a Blitz just walks in and dies to a guy backstabbing him in a different hallway, by the way. It feels like he's very much alone, very far ahead of the rest of his team. As shield operator is great, but when there's no guns behind to back it up, things like that can happen, and the Blitz dies for absolutely nothing. Brendo still lurking up above. The other two players, Oda and Sage, on the bomb side. They got Toxic Babes, they got Goyo Fire, they got a minute and 20 seconds. Brendo's job right now is just to stay alive. If he gets a kill, great. If he dies, it's okay. And then you go for backstab later on, a flank potential, and then the round is wide open for Chiefs once again.
Yeah, definitely the onus and responsibility is on Dream Warriors at the moment. Chiefs can sit back and play like snakes, like you said, at the end of the round, go for flanks. They don't have to make a move. Brendo with the Scorpion here, just waiting. He's got a bit of cover in here. I think there's a suspicion. They know where he is. Freelo's on such low HP, and the fire rate of that Scorpion, like, there's just no way that he survives a gunfight in close quarters. Going to be down to Reelers and Wizard to do a lot of the killing here, especially Reelers. Oh, the timing is perfect for Brendo. Reelers goes down, and with that, I think the hopes and dreams of the Warriors have gone with it.
They're smoked out. They've lost Vert. There's a roamer above. They don't know where he is. Beep-Boop goes out 20 seconds. They gotta make a hero play. They gotta make it right now.
Oh, it's done. There might be a trade here onto Sage, but Freelo on 1 HP. Pinged out by the proximity alarm with the angle from above of Brendo. It's a lock-in for Chiefs. A second 7-2 in a row as they make their way back. The redemption arc is real for the once greats of OCE.
Looking a lot better. I'm so happy to see this form from them because cast them just 5 days ago. I was thinking, Chiefs, this season's not going to be yours. They have fixed their problems extremely quickly, and they are back in good form.
Big game for Chiefs, and unfortunately not what Dream Warriors were hoping for. We'll be back after the break for the next game of OCE.
It's gonna get personal.
Let's go!
You know how they say it's not the destination, it's the journey?
And the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you know what?
They're right.
Hey, I'm Bappin from Enterprise, and I'm just going to look back at a few clips from my career.
This is another explosive execute. In come the smokes. Wedables might have an inkling here that there's a player, but he's actually looking too high. He's going to stand and walk right over them. It might get too high on the drop on Wedables. Doesn't seemingly matter because everybody else from GG falls into the meat grinder. An explosive execute with the blitz, with the glass, with everything that GG could throw at EP, and they only find a single kill from it.
Interception. Two VIP, okay? Everything. Oh my! Interception, reception.
Operator standing.
Holy
That clip was... I don't even know what to think. I just started screaming. All the boys started screaming. I don't even know. It just happened so fast. This double kill at the start, lined it up. 180. Shit on. Definitely one of my highlights for that stage.
Do you remember what's going like through your head during that moment?
Not really, apart from me screaming. I sort of just flow. I don't do much thinking. I leave that up to the other teammates. Makes it easier for me. I'm humble. Coming into stage 2, I think we're keeping a lot of the things the same. Maybe adding a few more new strats, pocket strats. Everything is like the same. Like everyone's working as hard as each other. The team energy is a big thing honestly for this team. Like that's just like winning the game, but that's every single round we win as well. It's the same as like reaction, screaming. I think it carries like momentum for us, because if we win a round, we scream, the adrenaline's high, we just keep pummeling, we keep going. It's like surreal, like all your mates just screaming, you know what I mean? Players like Player, Chris, and Tuan, they all pick it up if we all fall down. So it's great to have teammates like that. Chris slotted in just as well, or if not better, obviously, because we got the result at EWC, but I think we could have done it with Kyle still, but Chris has been good. Our team is passionate. I think that's something people don't have, like hard work and passion, like being passionate is just so good together. Thanks for watching us to stage 1. Stage 2, we'll be back stronger and better for everyone.
Well, we have kicked off OCE today with another 7-2 in favor of Chiefs, this time over Dream Warriors. Unfortunately, the Young Gunners not having quite as much fight as we hoped today, Nick. But of course, next up, we have a chance for another pretty fresh team in Outlaws with all kinds of roster changes up against Ludavica. Now, we've talked about whether today we're going to have any on paper tight games. The first one, we're a bit disappointed, a bit of a one-sided affair. What do you feel about Ludavica and Outlaws? Is there a little bit more substance to this one?
I think it could. So, I don't know. Ludavica, I have a slight favoritism towards. That's kind of my problem, right? I think they're a great bunch of guys, good storylines, and also, generally speaking, a great team. And they keep showing us that they're improving and improving and improving. Whereas Outlast, I haven't really seen them play, but I see the scorelines, and they have often very close games. 7-8 loss to Chiefs. Then they go right down, 8-6 loss to TSG. They go the distance. So I feel like given the track record of Outlast, this should just be an overtime game on default. There it is. Than anything else.
Yeah. Ludavica did struggle a little bit in stage one. They lost to 3 teams. They ended up only 5th in the overall standings after the group stage. But then, of course, coming into playoffs in BO3s, they absolutely farmed it. That's kind of what we know them for. This current iteration of Ludavica with Molosca, the old guard who was retired after his stint on the old wildcard many years ago. He's been retired for a hell of a long time. Him and Cairo, of course, after getting kicked from the Chiefs, he's back. He's got a vengeance. He's got a fire underneath him. He's such a passionate, at sometimes a little bit of a lippy player. And, of course, you've got these gunners, Lunchbox and Karma. Physics, after his stint on Circular Spheres for a long time, has found a new home as a support player. It's a good roster. It's a promising roster. You've got a mix of the veterancy and the young talent. And are they capable of continuing to be the second place behind Enterprise? We're not sure because Chiefs are on the rise. But their opponents, of course, it's Outlast. Now, these guys are essentially old Circular Spheres in a way, with Jake and Goofed and Palarazzi joining Quixie and Trippin. Outlast has seen quite a significant makeover compared to the Stage 1 form. Circular Spheres, who a lot of these teams are from in stage 1, of course, they ended up top 4 at the end of the group stage, and the match between Ludavica and CS ended up being an 8-7, which Ludavica just barely won. So I think this game does have some serious legs to it.
It might. It all comes down to how well they can play in the server, maps, operator bans, etc. And the bans are flying through in front of our very eyes. The aggressive maps are gone for Chalet Border, for example. And surprise, surprise, we're gonna go right back to what we have just witnessed, Lair, with Ludavica starting on the favorable defensive side. It was actually Outlast who banned Night Haven Labs and chose to take us to Lair.
Yeah, I mean, most of Ludavica's games this stage have been on Bank, so I'm interested to see that they're the ones who ended up banning that. They've had some good wins here. The one match that they have played on Lair, Nick, was actually against Enterprise, and they lost 7-2, so very brave here for Ludavica to let that through the ban phase. I think that Outlast would have seen that match and decided, okay, we're just going to jump straight on that. We're not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. We're going to go straight for Lair. What do you think Ludavica could have learned from a game against Enterprise? I'm sure a lot. Are they going to be able to implement it? That was back at the start of September. It's been about a week since then. I feel like, yeah, just having known Ludavica and the talent on that roster, I think they are going to be favored, even though they did lose this map previously.
I quite like this actually for the long term of Ludavica because, as you said, they've been playing Bank mostly. They banned that map themselves, probably understand that, hey, we've shown like a lot of our strats and we're very like maybe predictable on this map. We gotta like rework it, come back to it later. We have played Lair before, but we got stumped against like maybe the best team in the region of Enterprise, so we can go back to Lair again, fix our issues, and actually save strats this way, only really playing Bank and Lair this stage so far. Meaning once you go later in the group stage, you know, into playoffs, they can then bring out other maps later on. So I think Ludavica with this map veto has opted to play the long game for this stage.
Yeah, now looking at how the stage has panned out so far, of course we haven't seen a lot of matches from these teams, but players that I'm really focusing on for Ludavica, we talked a lot about Lunchbox in stage 1, bit of a young gunner. He's been one of the best entry players in the league, top 5. And yeah, really making a statement for his potential career. Wow, that is not what I expected from the community vote. I'm really putting a lot behind Ludavica for this match.
I'm right there with them. I just think they're an easy team to love. They play well, and again, they got probably like some of the strongest, maybe the strongest fundamentals I think of this region right now, where they just play simple but really good siege. They make small adaptations round by round, and they usually have a very clear vision from a top-down perspective of what they want to achieve at every given moment. They also got the Libby in the chat. Cairo often getting active there.
He's already there.
Boss is not a fish.
Yeah, right.
Miss with the shark and get the jaws. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love that. Yeah, it's fun also getting to see, you know, former teammates play against each other. From Ludavica, we have a couple of those old Circular Spheres guys in Lunchbox and Physics. On the Outlast side, we have, you know, Jacana, Palarazzi, Goofed. Wow, these guys, again, have gone with the clean names. How are all these players getting them? We've got King. Surely that is... How on earth do you get the name King?
Defenders, protect your bombs from
Hal,
used by attackers.
King, yeah, I don't know. How Jake, like these are very like, common names as well, like, common things to go for. Someone's got the inside scoop there. Someone's like, yo, I got all the names, boys. What do you want?
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to figure out who King is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not sure.
Is it Neptune, perhaps? Quixie? Oh, it's Quixie. We've got confirmation of that. There you go. Yeah, well, he's been the standout player in this stage so far for the squad. Highest rated. Still, surprisingly, not as high rated as... yeah, he's 11th overall in the league. He's behind a lot of other notable players, even Reelers and Kakin, who played in our last match. 3 Chiefs players, 2 Ludavica players, even 2-man LFO players as well. So, yeah, a bit more work to be done for Quixie to really earn the name.
Alright, bans, nothing too out of the norm. Of course, Walt and I operators banned Kaid from Outlast to simplify the first step of opening up the walls themselves. Ludavica opting to ban Aggression, the Ying, and the Glass. You got that, you got the shield bans, you got something like the Deimos, the Grim. There's, I would say, a lot of options on a map like Lair about what you want to get rid of. And if you are fearing something like a Warden ban down the line, for example, then this will make that life a lot better. So now the majority of the smokes and the flashbangs will be removed from play. First step, a Selma charge lined up. Will it find the mark? Yes, but it's jammed.
Straight into the mute jammer.
Yeah. And we have no EMPs. So Grim got Claymores, bit of a oopsie daisies. It's one of those, if you just bring secondary EMPs now, you can just bang wall open. But a C4 finds Pal, the Blackbeard removed from action as they make their approach in the hallway. Again, a shield operator playing by his lonesome. We don't like seeing that.
Yeah. Shield still available on the defense here for Cairo as well. Look at how much aggressive ground that Ludavica have taken now after that kill under the Blackbeard. Physics can play this hallway very aggressively. Makes him much less vulnerable to Goof downstairs. Buck, who, by the way, oh no, what's this? My god, Trippin almost dies to Cairo, getting ultra aggressive. Down the shield and going for a swing. Really, we need Goof to go and take that mute jammer off the default door, and we need Outlast to start making some headway here in this hallway.
Yeah, they're trying, but again, backs against the wall, and the Clash is right in front of them. If you push past this corner, it's just gonna get worse. Please stop bullying people, Cairo. Please, dude. He's gonna put down the shield, take the gunfights. Trippin is already low on HP. So Grim surely would lose this one.
There's no way that you can win this here for Trippin. Especially not now with the Clash active. It doesn't matter if you've got the Grim's Bees. He can be detected. He'll still find the kill here. He's got the cover of the shield. Oh. Jake, round in the corner. We'll find the shot. Nice flash from Goofed as well. Means he survives against Physics. Finally, something is coming up. Outlast and Ludavica are forced back into the site.
This is ugly. Trading damage from between the Buck and the Mirror. Vertically, they're doing great, but horizontally, the bomb side, they gotta hit the mark soon. 20 seconds to go. Mirror window facing the breach, and Physics in the corner, waiting for the approach.
Very slow round from Outlast, means it comes down to the final few seconds. Box will kick off the equation. Jacana in an awkward spot. Milo is watching as Quixie tries to make his way forward. Big flick onto Goofed. No more Buck to worry about. And Quixie, well, he's the last one standing, and he will not live up to the name. He'll find an exit frag and survive the round, but it's all Ludavica regardless. Outlast struggling in their opening attack.
You know, That could have been a lot more difficult as well, but I think Ludavica got a little bit bored, right? They started overswinging with the clash. The mirror actually had fallen back, so Cairo was kind of, I don't want to say abandoned. I think the call there was, hey guys, let's fall back. You could pick up the clash shield, walk away with your life intact, and play out, you know, the 5 versus 4 because you got the C4 kill earlier in the round. Bandit Jake, Bandit Clash, they are teasing. They are bullying their opponents. They're gonna play Clash all first 3 rounds, force the operator ban, and then take it from there. I mean, you might as well. It's a strong operator.
Yeah. Well, of course, speaking of operators that haven't been banned, the shields, 2 of which were teased, but it looks like we're not going to see either the Monty or the Blitz this round. Quite a pivot here from the attacking side. Sen's brought out. Ram. Do they think it's basement? Unusual to see the Ram pick. Okay, no, it's going to be Nomad. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, we're going for the middle bomb site. Now, this is a difficult one to clear. And more Solus pick as well from Ludavica. Nick, we're seeing so much Solus these days.
I do feel like we have a slight recency bias because we've seen this bomb site played a lot the last like hour or so. And this is one of the best Solus bomb sites. It goes back to like people used to play border on like the ventilation bomb site, and same thing. You play Solus top floor, you see the plant goes down, you go for the vertical control. Solus is probably one of the only counters on this bomb site to the Sense. Sense will throw out the projectors, you can't see through them. Oh my god, you can't see through them. Solus can then find out where the plant is going down and then bang through the wall with the information. Also, Solus doesn't get countered by Dokkaebi, because you can play like Valkyrie, Maestro, whatever. Then they play Brave or Dokkaebi, then you can't use the cameras either. So Solus is like the best safe bet for this. Kairo's Clash though, absolutely disgusting. And speaking of the Brava, we saw a drone on the bomb site looking for a camera. The thing is, there are none. No BPs, no Maestro, no Valk, no nothing. They are fully relying on Clash to hold upstairs, protecting the Solus.
It's just a really bad read here from Outlast, right? Bring the Brava with basically no util to counter. And guess what? Palarazzi, the first one to die 2 rounds in a row. He's yet to play the game. He's also the only hard breach for this round. There's just not a lot of ways into it here for Outlast.
Am I one of those where they kind of just like blind picked the operators, probably didn't scope out all the things in the prep phase? One thing that you can do at this level of play, of course, is in drone phase, either save the drones, keep them alive for use when the round starts, or try and sacrifice some of those drones, get deep inside the building, spot the bomb site, but more importantly, spot the utility and the operators by the site itself. Then pick the corresponding counter operators, which they really haven't for this one. And there's no wall deny available for the defense of Ludavica, so I feel like the Thermite should have just gotten and breached the wall and then played safe, but not quite the case. Karma is an ugly gunfight
going on, bro.
SMG-12.
Yeah, that was not good from Karma. Goofed low, but still alive. He's lucky Clash no longer does damage.
Oh yeah.
Kara is still holding onto this hallway. I mean, the Clash is going to continue to be a menace here for Outlast. Going to put down the shield and just wait for people. Box has found 2. It's easy for Milo to come and support. And he'll find a second kill as well on the Quixie. Ludavica mopping up the final players as they attempt to push the hallway. No ground taken for Outlast. No prisoners taken by Ludavica. They are dominating today. Outlast are yet to sink their teeth into any of these rounds.
We need to see a Clash ban, and we gotta see it stat. Like, we play this 3rd round, Clash ban has to come through. Outlast are unable to problem solve it, and they're not really bringing the right operators for the problems at hand. Like, they're playing Thatcher last round, but there's no wall deny. And Thatcher doesn't really do much against a Clash, let's be completely honest here. Then the Thermite dies early without really getting anything done the round, and then they have Nomad, but Nomad is using the Nomad air jabs very passive, where the Clash can't, you know, advance into the attackers. But it doesn't help the attackers reach the bomb site or the area above the bomb site. They're just locking down the hallway. It's almost like a flank watch, essentially. Yeah. So it feels like Outlast are not entirely sure what they're dealing with, or they know what they're dealing with, but they're unsure how to deal with it correctly. So it's been a very 2 first one-sided rounds.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen the Capitao picked it all.
Nope.
Of course, As soon as that third round comes through, we're going to see the Clash ban, and then Ludavica are going to be laughing because it's such a compliment as well when you get that Clash banned against you. It's funny, they're not even bringing it this round for basement as well. It's going to come into play mostly on the ground floor and the top floor bomb sites. So, yeah. Kind of a null issue now for the rest of the game, as Outlast will likely ban it next round, but yeah. They need to be a lot better in those first 2 rounds. Still a chance to redeem themselves as they themselves bring a shield this time, Angu. It's the Monty, an operator we don't get to see of a lot because he's almost always banned, our big Frenchman. Ludavica didn't ban a single shield coming into today.
And he's banned for a very good reason. I think Monty on like a weak attacking team can help stabilize and bring some more structure to a round, which is exactly what Outlast they need right now. And for an excellent attacking team, it just brings you so much free map control in an IGL masterclass. Often a very verbal player will be on the operator because you have this big shield in front of you. You can't really die to anything, and it gives you so much mental freedom to call the shots, call the strats, and figure out what to do next. And they've been fast in their own clear as well, so they got 2 things going well for them. They got garage control, Monty's in there, they got bird control, and they get the opening pick. That's the best round so far for Outlast Gaming.
Yeah, about damn time. For the first time, Palarati is not the first one to fall. Look at this from Lunchbox. Oh man, he is so
Good
tempted.
work.
He hears the breach, right around the corner, spots out the Ash, and Quixie goes down. The Ash eliminated, restricting some more of the explosive capability. Have a look at this, the Monty of Chikenna getting nice and aggressive, but Milo doesn't care at all, and Kairo's found goofed on the vertical game. Oh, almost a bait and switch from Milo, but Chikenna puts him down. 3v3 as Outlast start to tighten their grip on this basement.
Nice try for Milo there, but it goes punished. Jay got half health on Monty now, vulnerable to a C4, or maybe a good Toxic Babe thrown out by Cairo. So I would say very even round. Monty right now has to walk in first, get the information, convey that to his team, figure out, guys, is this going to be a plant situation or a kill situation? In this particular moment, I think planning is very hard because, as I said, 1 C4, 1 Toxic Babe.
Toxic Babe goes out. Chikenna needs every point of health he can.
Oy.
Box, here comes that Nitro Cell, but the Monty evades it. Trippin, however, doesn't. Chikenna needs to have a big impact. He looks to ADS. The Box gets aggressive on the back of it. He's got a great gun to take this gunfight. He just needs to land a single headshot here with the Vector. Onto Chikenna. Palarati. He hasn't found anything so far in this game. He's been the first to die twice for Outlast. And now Chikenna moving straight into a crossfire. He will fall to Karma. And Pal, well, that just ain't it. Ludavica, 3 rounds straight on their defense.
For a brief moment there, it's looking pretty good actually. Jack getting clean on the Monty, baiting it out with the shields and the crossfires. But the C4, I think Outlast, all of them was like, hey, they're gonna C4 the Monty. He's on like half health, he can die to it. But it's aimed at the gun behind the Monty, which makes the Monty pretty useless because now he's just alone with a pistol. Outlast will not just, you know, go for their Clash operator ban and go into the following round. They're actually going to call it tactical time up first before banning any operators and strategize, guys. What's the real problem right now? Okay, yes, we can ban an operator, sure, but it's not going to solve all of our problems. Got to talk about our synergy, our timings, our hard breaching, our roam clearing, and most importantly, they got to talk about their step-by-step process. When you have a Monty like that, you gotta stabilize the round nice and slow. When you get the opening pick as well, all you gotta do now, lock down the flank with a drone, make sure no one's gonna push you and flank you for free kills, and let the Monty do the work. But other players, a little bit too active in the server, start dying one by one. Kyle with a pre-fire, no! As the Clash gets banned away. We all knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, Kyra's getting a kick out of it too. I mean, yeah, he's not going to have the Clash for the next couple of rounds, but really doesn't matter. The Sens ban as well is cheeky from Ludavica. They're preparing for that ground floor bomb site where people really rely on that Sens. So I think that's a good move. Ludavica know where they do and don't need the extra help from the operator bans. I just want to prevent Outlast from going for a quick rush. I think that's a good move.
Attackers have located a bomb.
As we see, Ludavica go all the way back up to the top floor. I think these shotgun operators, I mean, Smoke, Mute, and Mira, like all of these operators that are just amazing in close range, holding especially the avenues around our 6-room, those little hallways. That and, I mean, not to mention Warden as well, it's going to be very challenging for Outlast. A little bit more explosive and execute focus from them.
And that's why I think it was so great that Ludavica banned the Yin the Glass, because you're taking away so much of the explosiveness when it comes to the execute. And Outlast, I feel like when they get speed, when they get momentum, they're looking pretty alright, but they find themselves pretty locked out in most of these rounds. Most, of course, due to the fact that Clash is being played every single one of them, because that's the basement one. Now that Clash is banned, I could see them get a bit more speed. Pal is 0-3. Hasn't had the best couple of rounds now. He has to really lead this one as the Blackbeard, as the shield player. The frag grenades, the explosiveness. I mean, he can clear corners. He can clear those power positions. They got the Bok downstairs again, looking for vertical domination. So again, this should be a classic step-by-step, nice and slow round for Outlast. But we gotta see them play at the same pace. If the Bok starts Boking too early, the defenders can just run around for free. If the Bok Boks too late, then the people upstairs attacking the bomb site aren't gonna get any assistance. So it's a good middle ground right now between the Bok downstairs and likely the Blackbeard of Pal up above.
You mentioned the Blackbeard, but like we say, Al-Razi has had very little luck so far this game. He's first to die twice and then last to die in the third round, yet to find a kill. Outlast are not a good shield team. They don't play a lot of shields. In fact, their most played attacker is the Sens that's now banned. Ludavica know that.
Interesting.
They're leaving all of the shields on the board, Pengu, because they're happy to play it. Here comes the Blackbeard. Look at the confidence from Physics. Oh. The Nitro Cell's going to detonate, and it's a direct trade. As the push comes in from Jakenna behind, will help, and it will clear Physics, but that's a worthwhile trade if you're Ludavica. The Blackbeard is gone.
Definitely worth it. A bit surprised there's no trade there, no backup from Ludavica, but Cairo goes for a swing. I got you, buddy, from the grave. You will be avenged. Another player goes down, and now they can play two different strats now for Ludavica. Hold top floor in numbers advantage, or fall back, downstairs, play a little bit of those C4s, and go for plant deny. 50 seconds to go, and Outlast once more, stalling out with one door and one rotate to enter.
Perhaps a summonable hell. It's going to be a vaultable hole though, so yeah, it's going to be really awkward to try and enter from. Goof does have the skeleton key available to make a walkable rotate here in the wall next to it. As a spray comes out, this open mirror window proving to be a little bit of a challenge. Goof still, he could open an avenue, and eventually he does. Ludavica just holding onto their positions. They've got the numbers advantage. It's up to Outlast to make this work, but look at the util, there's none to speak of. No flashes, no nades. Just bare players ready to peek on in raw, but there's nothing to show for it. Ludavica locked down the top floor. Easy as ever.
And that right there shows why I like this team so much. They have such a clear way to play the game. In the 5v5, it's a normal round. Here, Physics gets a little bit sold, like no one's helping him, no one pushed the hallway, no one cleared the Aurora gate or anything like that. But he gets 1-for-1 trade, that's fine. Then Cairo goes, okay, we're not liking or loving our current position. Let me play like a 50-50 gunfight. He wins it. Now we're back to our 4 versus 3. Then they play a complete lockdown, triple man crossfire with one guy watching the flank. And they have toxic base being used, it's C4s to spare. Again, very clear vision. At no point there were people swinging aggressively saying, guys, are they in? Are they in? Are they planting? They had full control. One person had the call. He says, when they are in, I will tell you. No one swing before that. And then they take the fights together. 4-0. Looking good, looking confident. And with this tertiary bomb setup being played on the second priority here, because they go top floor, they go tertiary, then they go downstairs. A little bit out of the norm, but it works. The Sense is the most important operator for most teams on this attacking side. And you said it was the most played attacker, period?
Yeah.
So this should be a huge ban for Ludavica for this round.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the operators that are banned, right? Sens, Ying, Glaz. That's the three big hitters when it comes to creating bit of chaos and forcing down a plant amidst the rest of an attack, about obscuring vision from the defense. That all being banned puts a lot less pressure onto operators like the Warden, and it really forces Outlast to get good with these shields. But even here, the mirror window placed on the external wall makes it challenging for Palarazzi. He's their primary hard breacher. Goof could come over and support. I think we're going to need that, realistically. It's too dangerous for Thermite to go at it alone.
Yeah. Yeah, you say that, but Goofs has different plans, goes in the building. This could just be a matter of take the vert first, breach the wall later, but then we look upstairs, there are a bunch of defenders waiting for a fight as well. Jake now, the previous multiplayer, now on the blank build instead, has to march forward and lead his team into battle, because with these crossfires, only a Blackbeard can kind of stay alive. And getting in right now, getting in the hallways, getting in the windows, and taking the first fight, that's going to be the most difficult part of this round for Outlast. Once they're in there, it's guns blazing for the remainder of this round.
Yeah.
They gotta get in without dying first.
Not easy to do when you got Karma in a position like this with a mirror. He's playing the Warden, so flashes will mean nothing.
Ooh.
Milo also able to fall on back. Oh, this is very aggressive from Karma. He's about to die, surely. Covered off by Jake. Exactly what we needed for Outlast finally to spring into action and force themselves in. The top floor is now compromised for the defense. Physics is going to decide how long does he hold on. Cairo is pretty well separated from him. I think this might be the first real solid ingress here for Outlast.
Nobody from Ludavica can help each other, right? It's 1v1, v1, v1s. Another player falls back. Cairo 1 HP, also forced now to retreat. They're surrendering top floor willingly in the 3 versus 5. They know they have a very small chance right now because the timer is a little bit low, right? 50 seconds. Now they got the vert control.
No breach.
Now they can go back out, but they can get it done though. Firma can rotate there now. Get the wall opened up. If he dies to the C4, it's tossed out for the vert, misses. Now they can breach, toss in the smokes, and go for a plant. There's no Solace, there's no Warden, and there's no C4s or plant denial.
Oh, we need to find a kill here if you're Ludavica, because Outlast otherwise have control of the round. Physics is still holding onto the top floor amidst the chaos at the end of the round. He'll be able to go for a flank. He's also snuck all the way around to the other side of the top floor. He sees the Blackbeard, takes him on down, doesn't realize there's another one behind him. I think the timing might not be on here for Ludavica because they can't find the plant. The Solace was taken down early in the round and it allows Outlast to force down this diffuser. But in the retake, it's not game over for Ludavica. They have the numbers back up again as Physics has control of the top floor. It's up to Quixie and Trippin in the post plant, and Trippin has found Cairo in his rotation down below. Now both of the defenders are back on site and they need to stick this. Physics starts going for it. It's up to Box to try and cover. But he's got 2 angles to watch. He finds the first one. Quixie now, the last alive. Box has got to go for the kill. But Quixie, he's got it down. Pat, like the king that he calls himself. A big clutch up and a much needed round for Outlast.
Very much needed, and honestly very clutch play from them, holding on to try and have the top floor for verticality, try and play on the outside breach and locking down the flanks. Outlast, not having almost any drones to work with, had to use their bodies and their guns to cover every single area of the map, and I think they did a pretty damn good job. Yes, Ludavica, they retook top floor, but that's why you play multiple win conditions, right? One win condition was playing up above, the other one is outside the building. As long as one of those stays alive, you can almost win exclusively in a 1v1, in a 1v2, etc. It shouldn't be a huge problem. That's their first attack and round victory, and that's great, and they did a great job of problem solving in that round, but it has taken them, you know, all those 5 rounds to warm up into that moment, and it's on the tertiary bombs that attack. In front of them will be a basement one, and they need a second round. Having a 1-5 half on the side swap against Ludavica, who's gonna be really step-by-step oriented, I don't think it's gonna be enough. Because all Luca needs is a few good rounds, a good clutch, or a misplay from Outlast, then it's match point, right? So they need this one. They've locked in their operators, and it's screaming aggression, James. We're seeing the finger to enable the Blackbeard and the Blitz together with Dokkaebi and Lion. They're gonna go for kills. They're gonna go fast. There's no hard breaching. They want to try and take control over this one and be confident.
Well, there's one way to get into it. Quixie, though, a little bit tilted, clearly, after dying to a spawn peak. And now the jig is up. The C4 has been laid. But a big kill here for Goofed on the Finker. Going straight in for it. It's Palarazzi. Can he go for it? Flash comes out, rather, to Kenna. He finds that headshot, looks for another one. The Blackbeard going ham in the bomb site, but the rest of his teammates are falling. Blitz on Pal, on the floor. And Jake is looking for a chance to revive, but worried. He knows that the defenders could be anywhere. Karma and Cairo. Good angle from above for Karma. A lot of damage done. He needs to pick up his teammate. But Cairo's waiting. Not getting over aggressive here are Ludavica. Pickup needs to happen on the diffuser and onto Palarati. He's bleeding out fast, Nick. I'm not sure they'll have time. They have to go for it now or sacrifice it completely. Jukena all alone unless he picks up power, which he does so just in the nick of time. Cairo sees it happen and falls back. 2 shields now to clutch up against Karma and Cairo.
They have 1 HP. How's a gas ban that's being tossed on out? Half the round to play still, but 1 bullet takes down Pal's a headshot, and 1 bullet, regardless of where it hits, will also take down Jake. The last player in a 1v2, 1 health to Marine.
He's played it well. Cairo's in an awkward spot now. Detected outside as he's forced back by the explosion of that Vulcan canister. Jukena relocates, goes for a plant. It's a pretty safe position. Just maybe there's a way. And so Cairo runs straight through the smoke and the fire. He gets aggressive. Certainly won't be expected. He takes Jake down and wins out the round for Ludavica. 5-1 to cap off a dominant half.
Beautiful. Again, the complete chaos in the server, but off the rip, they got the opening kill, right? They're gonna be going down that early means the entire rush is going in completely blind. Yes, there's a line scan coming out every now and again, meaning that if any defenders move, they'll get red pinged. But if they just stand still, they'll be undetected in any of their rat corners. The Dokkaebi was so needed for that rush to go smoothly, and they end up in that 1-5 situation. Ludavica, they've shown us plant denial, they've shown us crossfires, and they've shown us discipline. But they also, end that first half showing us they can just take straight up 50-50 gunfights and mechanically out-combat their opponent as well. They're gonna ban their operators now. Ludavica on the attack are gonna start off with the Kaid, Outlast, gonna ban off the Blitz. Rapid's food. Chat's interesting. Blackbeard follows and Bandit. So yeah, double shield, double deny.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary there, especially when you know Ludavica, they love their shields, especially the aggressive ones, get rid of them. Wouldn't be surprised we see the Monty come out. Mate,
yeah.
Quixie is really getting lippy in the old chat, but I think you can tell. I'll be honest, I'm just going to put it all out there. You can tell when a player is tilted, and Quixie is so tilted. This isn't, oh yeah, I'm trying to get in their heads. He's complaining that he gets, a lucky shot onto him. That's Siege for you, right? We have a one-hit headshot mechanic. Every now and then, if you're spawn peeking, you can literally swipe left to right with your mouse, and 1 bullet just may hit a head. You could get a recoil headshot. That's why that's Siege. That happens. Play a game of casual, and some silver who's never played the game before will probably get a kill onto you by just tapping somewhere on a wall. That's Siege. You just have to accept that and move on. Unfortunately, Quixie is letting it get to him a little bit.
It's funny, I had this conversation with, it might have been, I'm not sure it was Milos, but somebody recently in person, and it was how, if you took other FPS games and you had, a 1v1 against, pro player against, our diamond rank player, equivalent or something like that. In Siege, the pro player might not dominate as hard as you'd think, because, low recall, fast time to kill, one-shot headshot, etc. And I saw Donk 1v1ing a streamer in Counter-Strike, and it was brutal, James. He was getting insta one-tapped every single spawn point. It was crazy. So I feel like you're right. In Siege, you can just get these gunfights where you might not be the better player, you might not have the better aim, but you got a better positioning, or you got a better situation going for you, a stray recall shot, etc. It's not as easy as it looks, even though you're very good at the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Our box is gone with the Deimos, and he's going below here with the shotgun. Does open a lot of avenues for him. Destructibility, of course you got the Vendetta, but the shotgun is just next level. Aggressive play from Goofed. He's going to get targeted though by that Deimos down below. Jukena, I think, has also got an avenue, an angle to look down below. As Goofed worries about Karma, who's making his way through Ops. Box in tandem with Cairo. A Deimos Buck duo, 2 deadly vertical operators teaming up down below.
Let's see it. Players, their default positions in corners. Now, mind you, with every vertical destruction that you make downstairs, it's angles defenders can shoot down at you as well. That's the desk kind of cleared mostly. Next up should be the reinforced wall to make sure that there is no jammer. We know that there isn't one. They might not know it just yet. We got the Shanka Jake, plenty behind this deployable shield. You kind of want to get a Deimos tracker with a skeleton later in this round for that, because as long as Shanka is in this spot, they cannot go for a default plant position. Ludavica, they're slow. There we go. Smoke up the hallway. Push it, actually. Hold up.
Yeah, a bit awkward on the timing, but it doesn't matter because Cairo finds it. It is a bit. Oh, hello and goodbye to Goofed, but the trade comes to an Akama. Quixie settles in nicely, holding into his position. Still, Ludavica are leading by one player. And they're exuding patience as well. Look at Myra all the way outside Bathroom, just waiting for someone to try and sneak their way up the hallway and retake the top of the stairs. The mezzanine, it's not going to happen. Oh, and Jakenna has disconnected.
No. Oh no!
I mean, that's pretty much the round. The Tachanka is the only way to deny this plant. And now we can play very passively here. If you're Ludavica, go for a very safe and slow plant. Have Deimos continue tracking one of the players on site. As the plant goes out, Palarazzi, his track subsides. It's up to Pal. And of course, Quixie now. A shot from Pal. Looking for more now at the Vector as he makes his way forward behind the deployable shield. Meanwhile, Quixie makes his way forward but is taken down by Milo. It's the end of the road now for Palarazzi. He seems to always be the first or last to die, and Box will snipe him away with that shotgun. Jakenna DCing, unfortunately, was the last thing that Outlast needed. And now Ludavica are on the verge of a dominant victory here in the OCE region.
That is a heartbreaking disconnect. I mean, it's the one operator that can save the round, deny the plant, stall things out. He was also on that deployable shield position, which once you're there, it's pretty fine, but you can't really get back into that spot because all the lines are sight from far away holding the position itself, so it just sucks. I'm curious what could have happened. With that being said, Ludavica were in a very advantageous position still, like numbers advantage, had the hard destruction done, they had the backside, they had the rocket stairs control. Again, very good fundamentals. Step 1, reach. Step 2, take the hallway. And step 3, go for execute. And I really like to see Ludavica also play off pace. They were smoking off the hallway, tossed in the flashbang, and Grim just full sprints down the hallway to play with the Deimos on the rocket stairs, and they get 2 kills at the cost of only 1, and they get so much map control with it. So a nice little mini execute there. Ludavica looking very good, very nicely in control of both the defense and the attack so far.
Yeah. Is there a way back into it for Outlast? I feel like the door's almost closed.
Yeah, it's a matter of how many rounds can they now get and how much practice and how good can they look doing so, more so than realistically expecting a comeback, because they have been outclassed in individual skill performance, on a team fundamental area as well. It hasn't been, I think, as one-sided as a 6-1 scoreline goes. There's been some 2v2s, there's been a 2v1, etc. So it's not as one-sided, but it certainly has been a Ludavica W so far.
Yeah, and this is a big one for Luda, of course, gunning for top 2 position, giving you the bye in the playoffs. The funny thing about how OCE is working out at the moment, Pengu, is that we've got 7 teams in the group stage, and only 1 actually gets knocked out, moving into playoffs. Now, Outlast is currently in 3rd last position. Of course, you just need to stay ahead of last position. It's Dream Warriors and TSG that they'll likely be fighting to make it into the playoffs. I think that they're probably a safe bet. I think Dream Warriors are likely the team, and TSG, likely the teams that are most likely going to end up missing out. But Ludavica is not in a position where they're trying to make playoffs, but in a position where they might be able to actually make the bye. But that means catching the top 2 teams. If they win here, they actually go up and jump above the Chiefs. And get 9 points. Yeah, so they'll be in 2nd place, potentially in... Oh, no, I don't think they'll be able to catch EP for the round difference. But, yeah, they'll be tied on points with Enterprise Esports.
We're about to call them Emerald Plains.
Yeah, I was, dude, EP. EP. Before Enterprise was in the scene, that's what EP meant to me, Emerald Plains.
Yeah, that's... So what are your thoughts on Emerald Plains as a map? Is it like a trauma thing, or is it okay, or...
No, there are worse.
I'm not a fan.
Worse maps to go to. It's not my favorite, but there are worse maps to go to. Yeah, I don't know. It's not my favorite one to lay my sword down on, but yeah, I think most of the time I just think of all the casual memes that I've seen, you know, and all those moments in Emerald Plains casual games where you're like, dude, I just died from a hallway I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for, you know, more pro maps to enter the pool. Whenever that happens, I'd love to see some reworks. I wouldn't mind seeing an Emerald Plains rework. I love the aesthetic that map has. I love maps that have a bit of a brighter aesthetic. You know, I love the Canal rework aesthetic. The map is absolutely horrid, but I love the aesthetic of it. I would love to see a Fortress rework. I'd love to see that come through and you know, be competitive. Love to see different runes actually look different. But that's what I'm thinking about in terms of maps at the moment. Why don't we go to a little bit of a break though, Nick? Of course, the score is 6-1. We'll be back in a bit of a moment, but on the other side, of course, Ludavica look to finish off Outlast game.
Oh, too salty.
Hey, what's going on everybody for APL Stage 2? I'm DevMarta and you're watching Short Ones, the show with hot wings and even hotter questions. Today I'm joined by Enterprise Esports coach and Korean gangster, Mingoran.
Hello, chaps.
Okay, Mingo, so you can talk smack on Twitter, you can win plenty of games, you can coach your team to victory, but how are you going to go against the fiery wings of death?
I don't know, Australian has spicy food. Sometimes Australian hot food is really shit for me. So
do you eat a lot of spicy food in Korea?
yeah, every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got 3 different spice levels, from mild on your left all the way up to very spicy. I've got the same wings as you, but the difference is I'm not Korean. I feel like this is a little bit stacked against me here, but Mingo, we're going to give it a go anyway. Mingo, when you're ready, please dive into your very first wing. So one of your favorite sayings on Twitter is positive mind, make good result. Can you explain more about what this actually means?
I was a baseball player before the esports career. Every time I think about positive thing, because at that time I was team captain, so I have to lead my boys. So I have to get a positive mind. But after SI, I talk about we have to get a positive mind, and then we just playing video game, and everyone get a no pressure, and then everyone just enjoy game, and then we beat OOBS and SI 25. Oh no, it's 25, 24. So at that time, my mindset was, yeah, just get a positive mind, and then I just believe that result. So yeah.
What do you think of the wings?
Tasty is shit. It's not good.
I think you need to eat some more. You see the spicy bit? Get as much as you can of that. Come on, you're Korean, this should be easy for you. So, you talk a lot on Twitter. You talk a lot of smack as well. You're adding players. You're saying that you guys are the best. Why is it that you love Twitter so much?
In my opinion, Twitter posting is one of part of marketing stuff. So every player have to posting something for after game or before the game. But my boys too shy. Never posting about game. Never posting about just IRL. Just I have to do that shit for organization side and then Rainbow Six Esports scenes. So yeah, just talking shit and then everyone get a laugh.
How does it feel having to carry the team on Twitter? Because no one knows how to talk or market themselves.
Sometimes it's boring, but yeah, that is my job, I guess.
Amazing.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's about to kick some serious ass? Remember, I'll be watching. Now you see me, now you don't.
Get ready! I'm taking them out!
Changing mags. I got this. Got my eyes on you. Located enemy.
It's a little bit of a 1v1, the close end for the ball, Wayne saves the first. What is going on? C'est effectivo, il va intentando plantar, mas saiu de guerra. Prioritization, the
what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, destined by the potion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that sugar, just my kind of heat. Ooh, that sugar, sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Ooh, that sugar.
I've been thinking, 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 thinking about you. 아무리 고개를 흔들어도 난 네 생각만 하고 있을 뿐. 아무리 딴짓해봐도 난 너의 목소리만 들릴 뿐. 있으면 내 here with me. 가득 심장이면 please don't leave. 빨리 고백해볼까? 눈 감고 말해볼까? 미치겠어 only you, 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 you. 이런 건 처음이야. 너무 설렘이 전달. I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about you, boy. Yeah, yeah. All I think about is you, boy. All I think about is yeah, yeah. All I think about is you, boy. All I think about is 나만 아는 사람 손들어 하여 우리 눈엔 완벽한 lover. 내맘 아는 사람 손들어 하여 우리 눈엔 완벽한 lover. 다가가도 괜찮겠지? 다른 애들보다 내가 훨씬 단단하게 걸어가면 다들 속작 속작 My confidence is shooting through the roof. 아무리 고개를 흔들어도 난 네 생각만 하고 있을 뿐. 아무리 딴짓해봐도 난 너의 목소리만 들릴 뿐. 있으면 내 here with me. 가득 심장이면 please don't leave. 빨리 고백해볼까? 눈 감고 말해볼까? 미치겠어 only you, 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 you. 이런 건 처음이야. 너무 설렘이 전달. I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about you, boy. Yeah, yeah. All I think about is you, boy. All I think about is yeah, yeah. All I think about is you, boy. All I think about is 나만 아는 사람 손들어 하여 우리 눈엔 완벽한 lover. 내맘 아는 사람 손들어 하여 우리 눈엔 완벽한 lover. Hey, boy, I can sleep at night. So 내가 한번 해봐 이리 와서. Hey, boy, I can sleep at night. So 내가 한번 해봐 이리 와서. I've been thinking, I've been thinking, I've been thinking, I've been thinking, thinking about you. I've been thinking, I've been thinking, I've been thinking, I've been thinking, thinking about you. 처음 본 순간부터 눈을 뗄 수가 없었어. 이 세상 하나뿐인 너 처음 봤으니까 빠졌으니까. Then you got me sinking low. 사랑이란 단어로 썸도 아닌 썸을 타며 행복한 줄로. 친구들이 다들 바보래. 사랑 표현 못한 벙어리. 한 번도 안 해봐서 어떡해 honestly. Cause 1, 2, 3 중요한 건 you and
있잖아 어렵지 않아 무슨 생각한지도 정말 진심인지도 Guess like I've never guessed before 나 좋아하는 건 맞아 친구들이 다들 바보래 사랑 표현 못한 벙어리 한 번도 안 해봐서 어떡해 Honestly Cause 1, 2, 3 중요한 건 you and me 내 곁에만 있다면 Baby can't you see
Welcome back, everybody, to the APL. Wow, I cannot believe it, Nick, but we've had a roller coaster and a half off camera for you guys. So we were told, okay, he's not coming back. Jakenna has not made it back in time. We're playing the rest of the game 4v5. And as we were about to press the start game button, he joined the server. So thankfully, we will finish this game 5 versus 5. However, I have a feeling... Yeah, I know, team damage is not phase. It always gets me as well when I see that. However, Nick, realistically, how much longer does this game have to go?
That was the thing that was, I don't want to say frustrating because like we're just sitting here waiting, but it's like it was a 6-1 looking very dominant, and you know it could just be a 7-1 done and dusted. It could be a comeback story as well. I do love competitive integrity. I do think games should be played out 5v5. I'm really happy that Jake made it back, and now that we've waited this time, I also hope Outlast will actually get a couple rounds on the board, not just fall 7-1 and then that's it. But we'll see. Regarding the fire pipe, I didn't realize that if a teammate shoots the fire, other people don't take damage, because I always think of fire as neutral, but they changed how team fire damage works because of Goyo a while ago, the hostage and stuff. Because if you shoot the fire pipe yourself, I'm pretty sure you do take damage. If your teammate does, you don't. So interesting little note there. I learned something today. You've been learning, man.
Speaking of fire, a little bit more detonating there. Right on the objective. That is the breach onto the site, opened up. However, of course, as we know, this bomb site tends to always come down to what happens on that top floor. Unless you can get a cheesy plan on the side, but not likely to happen. Especially as there is no sends on the board here for Luda.
That's where like Thatcher and Ying Glass comes in. If those teams can hit the solids and or the warden, they can explode up top and take very favorable gunfights. And if not, you can try and Ying Cadilla smoke top floor and go for a side bomb side plant as well. So you got different kinds of options, and Ludavica making good pace. Half the round to go still. They got bomb side door pressure, the main breach, they got upstairs presence as well. The Candelas most likely to go. You want to breach that interior side wall for maximum pressure. Jake, who is Tshanga, is going to be under a lot of firepower downstairs here. Has to sprint away and actually survives to live for a bit longer.
Oh, wow, he's actually making a big rotation, but it seems like almost all of the players from Ludavica are outside the building with the exception of, well, Karma at the moment, just inside the first floor. Near where that exothermic charge detonated. Is there going to be an explosive execute onto site here? Come the Candelas. Physics immediately taken down by Goofed on the Ying. These Candelas will not counter that Warden as Cairo gets that diffuser back. That's pretty much all of the utility expended by Ludavica and no plan.
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, Jake goes down shortly after. Palin low HP. The problem still remains, though. The Warden upstairs, no real counterplay. They got 2 more smokes. Perhaps they can try and smoke off a different area where Warden isn't playing at. But there's no more EMPs left. They can't EMP the Solace. So either the Solace will be a problem, or the Warden will be. Ludavica, 25 seconds left to go. Might just have to go for kills.
It's going to need to be. And that comes down to Karma and Box on the top floor having to time this well, but Cairo goes down on the vertical angle. Quixie still has it on lock. Here comes Palarazzi though. He's just waiting for his moment against Karma. Big amount of damage, and he's on the floor. All up to Milo now. Cairo together outside the breach trying to duel Quixie, who's got the shotgun. 1 kill. Milo cannot finish it off. Doesn't matter how many bullets he's got in that LMG. There's no execute there for Ludavica, and the game continues here for Outlast.
Can't park there, fellas, by the way. I feel like a different plant spot could have been opted for. I feel like Ludavica was missing one big part of information, which is where exactly is the Warden. I think there are either they droned out top floor and knew where he was and just made this play anyway, or they couldn't quite drone top floor correctly and just kind of assumed he would be in this spot that we see King getting the kills from. But the issue is, that was the Solace. So Warden could still see through the smoke. CMP only hit the Solace operator, not the Warden.
Yeah.
And to big surprise, they're actually not gonna go on a primary bomb site. They're gonna go to the other secondary bomb site, weapons and armory, and this one almost sees no competitive play whatsoever. This is a rarity. I like it. It's
yeah, I'm not sure how many times I've seen this played ever, to be honest.
Like maybe 2, 3, 4 times when the map was completely new to pro play and people were still figuring out the meta. I will say I like the fact that we're playing this bomb set with the mirror up and available, because I wouldn't do it otherwise personally. It's awkward because unlike the other tertiary bomb set where you can play top floor very nicely above, this ops room is the vert to the side. It's one door to walk in and almost no playable safety spots for the defenders. And that means the attackers can take this for absolutely free typically, do all the vertical destruction from one room, and then they can attack the bomb site. That's why people don't tend to play it. So I'm curious what Outlast have in mind right now. They got one mirror downstairs, one mirror upstairs. Then they have Echo, Mute Smoke, and Asami. So I'm not sure there's a very clear vision, but they're gonna play around the site rather than necessarily maybe on the site with that many players. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes though, when you pick a bomb site, it's a little bit unpredictable, a little bit different. An attack that really just brings it back to basics and goes for, say, a plant leveraging a Monty can really make things difficult for the defense. So this really tests Ludavica. How can they operate on the fly? This is not a bomb site they would have likely dry run a lot. This is about how do you do just in the game right now. You drone out the setup. You say, okay, mirror here, presence upstairs here, Azami playing here. How do we deal with that?
Ludavica, of course, like ourselves, we haven't seen much of it, nor will they, so they're not gonna have maybe the best strat available, but they'll work through it. I like this little mini play though. Goofed hiding next to a jammer, keep it off the door. This means they know they have vert control. If Goofed and Jake can play together and maintain top floor control, I mean, that's gonna give them the best chance of winning this game, or this round rather, should I say. And they got a mirror window, and guess what? There's no Ash available. There's no real counterplay, only Twitch drones, which aren't really being spent upstairs right now, because Ludavica are basically below, where they're faced by, guess what? Another mirror window.
Ooh, I like this though. Big rotation here from Ludavica as they open up one of the rear walls of the bomb site behind that mirror window, nullifying some of these positions. If they're able to open up angles onto the site. This is getting really complicated though, Pengu. You can see pinging out a plant spot there is Cairo. As Milo and Karma both find kills, this may well be the end of the line. A Yokai goes down, Physics forcing the plant. Goofed misses most of his shots, but does land enough to take down Milo. 3v4 as the plant denied by a Yokai. Physics, he's denied himself! Pal finds him, but Cairo trades him on back. Trippin, the jig is up when it comes to the Yokai drones, and now Cairo's going deep. Trippin takes him down. A little bit of an awkward engagement there with the Monty, who loses his life over swinging. After that shield gets knocked back by the guard break. 2v2, it comes down to explosivity now from Box and Karma. They need to land their shots. Goofed has made his way back to the ground floor, the back of the bomb site, with so many angles wide open. And both of these attackers now being pinged. It's up to Box now, but he gets spotted. Karma goes deep, but no, he falls as well. It's a huge round from Goofed. And on the off bomb side, Outlast continue this comeback.
All right, we have a game on our hands, and I gotta say, Ludavica looking so good in the beginning of that game. 2 picks, getting that diffuser, but then Echo comes into play, stalls out for a bit longer. And to my big surprise, what was actually Monty going for a plant? It's actually the ace just taking it in the corner, which meant there was less cover as Monty Pistol doesn't quite out-frag compared to like the AK on ace. So bit of a puzzling situation, but I think Ludavica was going for a fast play. They knew there was one roamer offside, the mute, and they knew that Echo was stuck on drones. There's only one gun to cover for, really. Outlast, they clutch up right here. Big swing, bad cover. And then the Monty walks in. I'm a bit surprised. So on my screen, he's extended here, but I heard the sound of him not being extended, so I don't know sure exactly what happened in that situation, but Ludavica will call their tactical timeout to talk things over. Keep crying, bro. Not helping your team. Damn. All right. to the boss. I love when
So
people say
funny.
the boss.
At the start of the, and it's coming from a guy who's changed his in-game name to King. Quixie was pretty tilted at the start of this game. You could see it in the old chat. Perhaps that extended break where Jacana was getting disconnected and then finally got back in helped maybe chill things a little bit out for Outlast, especially a round like that. That really gets them going. That gets the gears turning. And Cairo, you know, he's a hot-headed player as well. He got really lippy earlier when Outlast had to go at him for, you know, a missed plan opportunity. Now a bit of a mistake from him with the Monty. Ludavica still have 3 more match points, but they realistically should get it done pretty quickly, Nick. I mean, this is 3 points pretty much guaranteed here for Ludavica, but not if they start to falter.
Yeah, they gotta just stay composed right now. I mean, when you've had breaks and you're losing the rounds these ways, you can start tilting, but you're up 6-3. Like, you can take rounds, guys, just reset, focus on the next round, don't worry about the pass, whatever. Like, it's 0-0 right now, you know, play till the game is over. And eventually, they're gonna be attacking the bomb site where they're a lot better at it, or Outlast, they make a single mistake, or Luda makes a clutch, and that's it. Because you've built such a big round lead, you can afford to lose a few ones without too much of a consequence. We see King downstairs roaming about, waiting for an entry. Last time, Box did go downstairs as well with the Deimos. I believe shotgun as the primary weapon. And the thing is, last time he was pretty much on his lonesome. Like, there's drones for him, sure, but he's checking them himself mostly, and he has no solo entry. And I think the Fenrir has gone unnoticed so far downstairs. If they catch the right timing, this Deimos could be a complete free kill on the entry. Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Deimos dying early is never fun for the attack. That's one of your big operators for applying the vertical pressure. I'll tell you what, Quixie's really feeling good now. He's a top-rated player on the team for a reason. He's just running amok on that roam. Oh, what is going on there, Karma? This is a throw and a half from Ludavica. Should have been done and dusted at 7-1. And now it's 6-3. They are struggling to convert this win.
Keep it deployed.
I hate seeing a person entering downstairs solo, droning for himself. I mean, somebody surely can watch the drones, and he walks in, it takes 5 seconds, everyone's happy. The second Deimos dies below, you lose a big portion of your strategy in this round, so you gotta go for plan B. People play a bit more loose, they make more mistakes, etc. When the second player dies of the Grim Karma, I mean, now the round is basically over. From like a strategical standpoint, you gotta now go big on individualism, getting kills, popping off. And Outlast, they got Tashanka, they got Smoke, they got tons of plant deny. They don't have to fight if they don't want to, but right now they are choosing to.
Oh my god. And Goof has slithered his way back into Ops and found another kill onto Milo. This is embarrassing for Ludavica as Kara gets desperate and loses his life to Palarazzi. Is it going to be flawless? Outlast have made it back from, what, 6-1? Now it's 6-3, about to be 6-4. Physics, I think, at this point. Just sit on the roof. Take your tactical timeout here for Ludavica. Figure out how the hell are we going to win this final round.
So they just called their actual tactical timeout. They get flawless, and now they're taking a quote-unquote second tactical timeout by stalling it out. It's, I think this round is one of those cases where one individual makes a small mistake that has a huge consequence, and then it kind of just snowballs from there. Outlast aren't doing that much in these rounds to win them, but the most important thing is that they're not making any mistakes, right? They're just playing a natural course of a round. Fenrir playing downstairs, he knows the drone missed him. Why not just stay around, try and go for the freebie? Then they just play ops through him, and with that the round ends. Physics will exit frag farm, 2 kills. On my notes here, this is still a flawless round by all means, favoring Outlast, because nothing happened from Ludavica besides baiting for a couple of kills at the end there. 3 rounds in a row, 4-6. And now it's getting a little bit uncomfortable for Ludavica as these rounds are slipping by.
Yeah. Quixie's still getting lippy in the old chat. He's actually having a go at Cairo for not droning in. Who was it? I think it was Box on the Deimos, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Box, yeah. And again, like, he was playing for himself. Like, he had a run pre-placed, and then he had one of his own drones.
And defuse as many bombs as they can.
I think either called perfect timing, or the drone just didn't see his particular area of the map. And this is the thing, when you play Siege at the highest level, what we see that's a big difference from, like, let's say, I don't know, bottom pro league and top pro league, or tier 2 and tier 1, is essentially that you're doing many different things at once. So you have 2-3 people working together, getting the breach opened up, and then you have another group of people working downstairs, you know, drone entering for the demos. That round, they had 4 people breaching the breach upstairs with no wall denial, by the way, because Battle and Kite both banned, and 1 guy droning himself in downstairs. That's not okay.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Now, Ludavica have had enough rounds now where they've made a mistake. If they lose this one, I think they truly deserve to lose the game. How many times can you fumble match point? Time to get back on that horse or lay down arms. Outlast, though, they've been rejuvenated. They're talking smack in the chat. They're going to off-picks bomb sites now. We go back to this middle floor, which is a very weird one. Ludavica last time. This is where all of the calamity started, Pengu. They struggled to go for an execute as they did not clear out that warden. They tried planting in the smoke. The EMP from Thatcher missed, and it all fell apart from there. This time they're going for a completely different strategy. Glaz, Finka, Lion, Grim. There's something cheeky in store here for Ludavica.
Do you remember Outlast's final attack? It was, you know, kind of similar, like double shield, Finka, Line, Valkyrie, Rush, and it didn't get them the round W. That was how they got to that 1-5 half. Ludavica, if they don't succeed here, it's 5-6. It's risky, it can pay off, but they have to believe in it. No tilt, no hesitation, no doubt. Once you start taking a gunfight, you gotta back up.
What?
Box had no backup, he died solo again.
Okay, yeah, this is embarrassing for Ludavica. 2 early picks. I don't know how it's happening. Off camera on the other side of the map, Ludavica find themselves bloodied, and now they have to figure out how are they going to deal with this setup. I mean, Goof has got a solid shield to play off of quite aggressively. 3 remaining attackers all form up together to try and execute onto this top floor.
I feel like they've abandoned the basics though. Ludavica skipping steps and just playing a little bit more loose in the server, and that's not their typical playstyle. No hard destruction, no crossfire, pushing off sync. They gotta hit some nasty shots now through this wall if possible. A backstab comes
big
through,
opportunity.
finds 1.
Yeah, Karma needs to find a hell of a lot more than that though. He's in prime position, and Outlast, they're falling 1 by 1. Jakenna and Quixie, the king himself, the last 2 remaining for the defense. Got a little bit cocky, overstaying their welcome on that top floor. And now this is what they have to show for it. Oh, and that's a big pick. The gap found by Jakenna. The timing as Physics goes for a kill and dies untraded. Now both of the defenders regroup together. The drone goes forward. I think they're going to back out. It's going to be a retake of the top floor. There's so much info on site. I don't think a plant is possible here. They have to go for kills. But guess what? Have a look at where Moloska is. He might have timed this perfectly. Look at Moloska! The double kill from outside the balcony. The perfect rotation. He's got the read. And he's found the round in the game for Ludavica.
Oh no! I mean, they had the hallway, they got this side, and the thing is there, the game plan for Outlast is that if the attackers go downstairs, you got the vert. If you don't go for side, you can fall back and peel off the layers. It's a disaster. Ludavica, in the end, they clutch up, but that end couple of rounds were not looking good from them.
A valiant effort from Outlast in the second half, Pengo, but not enough. Ludavica take the cake. Of course, one more match here for OCE and Blastar 6 today. It's TSG taking on Man LFO after this.
Oh, too salty.
All right, so next wing, the one in the middle. This one is pineapple flavor. This one. You like pineapple?
I have allergy for pineapple, so I can't eat, I guess. I didn't know that.
It's gonna be very spicy then.
Oh shit. But I can try.
No. All right.
And then after that, oh fuck's sake.
All right. Mingo is allergic to pineapple, so he can't eat the second wing. So instead, I'm gonna give him my spicy wing and take his pineapple one. And now you're gonna eat both of the hottest wing. All right. You're Korean. This should be easy for you.
Yeah.
No,
for
don't.
sure.
Hey, not yet.
I just
You
want
haven't
to
even tried it yet.
clear my mouth.
It's time for wing number 2, which is actually wing number 3. You see, you get to choose which one you want. Which one's got less spicy stuff on it? Start with that one first. All right. Take a nice good bite. This one is proper spicy. So Mingo, Enterprise farmed all of OCE last stage. You destroyed everyone. You were undefeated. Why do you think that is?
Oh, too salty.
So it's not even the fact that it's spicy, it's the fact that it's salty?
It's salty. I don't know what's wrong with this sauce.
All right, can you see that there's a big blob? Can you pick it up for me? Can you eat that? Big blob?
This one?
Eat all that, yeah, thank you.
Oh, later. I don't want to eat now.
I think I'd rather you do it now.
Okay.
I got milk and ice cream here if you need, but I don't think we'll
That's
need it.
okay.
All right, go for it. Take a big bite. All right, so you guys farmed all of OCE, undefeated. Why was that?
Fish is all-time legend for this region. I think that's why we smashed it this stage, but everyone playing really hard, and then we just playing really humble, no ego, just. Oh fuck, it's a bit hard. Yeah.
Don't touch your eyes, bro. Please don't touch your eyes. So you were undefeated, but you think some of the OCE teams gave you guys a bit of a fight?
Yeah, I think next stage will be challenge as well, because Chiefs rebuild their roster. Maybe Ludavica keep that roster if they are not stupid. It will be hard, but we will be humble and then playing hard and then stay hard. So we will keep that champion spot again.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's about to kick some serious ass? Remember, I'll be watching. Now you see me, now you don't.
Get ready! I'm taking them out!
Changing mags. I got this. Got my eyes on you. Located enemy.
It's another 1v1, the close end for the ball. Wade saves the front.
Now, welcome back, everybody, to the APL. One more game to go tonight, Pengu. Today, OCE unfortunately hasn't really given us any major surprises. Chiefs had a really convincing win in their first game today. And Ludavica, despite a bit of a contest, they did end up taking down their opponents pretty easily.
It feels like the biggest upset was the last 4 rounds of the game that we saw with Ludavica Outlast, because it just were like Ludavica should have won 7-1, but then they started trolling a bit, and then eventually they won, right? So expect the outcome in the end. TSG, ManLFO. I can't quite put my finger on what to expect, but I did like what I saw from ManLFO when we cast them about 5 days ago or so, and if they show up again, I could totally believe they would take down TSG.
Sure, so like if we look at the history books, right, ManLFO, this team that technically was Circular Spheres, now has rebranded because most of the Circular Spheres players went over to Outlast. Of course, the remaining players being Hunter and Scars, they've been joined by a couple of others, and it kind of resembles the old ManLFO roster, which a while ago, about a year ago, was the second best team in the region before the GG Chiefs split happened back in the Bliss days. Of course, it's been a long time since then. Hunter and Scars, great players, but there is quite a lot of newbies on this talent, you know, Beers and Sharky in particular. Beers in particular has really shown a lot of promise. I mean, being an Aussie, like people like beer here. No surprise.
No surprise there. And you got Pluto, my personal favorite, because, you know, the whole, like, is it a planet, is it not? We had the debate last time, and Pluto came up massive in a clutch for his team. Then we confirmed he isn't a planet because he's that good and was that big in the server. And we got TSG, a team that I don't know much about, so I'll let you take this one, James.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, TSG haven't got a win under their belt as of yet, but they have had some pretty solid performances. They've taken decent fights to teams like Chiefs and Ludavica, but nothing outstanding, and then they end up losing to Outlast in overtime. A bit of a surprise, I think. I'm surprised that they haven't got more points on the board. In Stage 1, the story was, look, these guys aren't amazing, but they have some real serious fragging capability. ACOG in particular gets highlighted, Ned as well. They've made some roster changes, Machine and Zero being the new ones, but people are looking at these guys being like, they shouldn't be at the bottom. They should be overtaking Dream Warriors at the very least. So this is a big opportunity for them. If they can take down a top 4 team like ManLFO, that certainly changes the conversation for TSG and puts them back into contention for the playoffs. Of course, you just have to not be the bottom team in OCE and you'll make it to the playoffs. It's ending up on Cafe and TSG starting on defense. If there's any way to kick things off in your favor, it's pick an attacker side, or rather defensive side of the map and a defense start. So at least that's something good for TSG.
Yeah, now the guys shows that they can actually hang on the favorable side and go like a 3-3, maybe ideally 4-2-1/2 on Cafe defense, and then take it from there. ManLFO starting the attack, either gotta get very creative with attacking strategies, just excel in them, or ban out some cheeky target operators that they can then abuse in the server. A lot of pro teams, they play something like the Castle and the Asami, for example. It makes defending top floor and reading much more difficult. We'll see what they do though. But TSG, starting on the strong side, is a good look for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Cafe is where we will play out. And I'm just looking back at the results so far of these teams. So TSG Chiefs, that game was played on Clubhouse. TSG Ludavica, that was on Bank. TSG Outlast on Chalet. So we actually haven't seen these guys play Cafe as of yet. Funnily enough, they do sweep the social vote. I'm surprised to see. Yeah, I would have expected ManLFO get that.
Also to myself, the castle has been banned out, so that's, you know, 1/2 of the puzzle piece right there. Grim in response as well. Very big util operator, the can opener, secondary self-destruction, and of course good primary. Asami cancel follows through, that is indeed going to be the case. I love that from ManLFO, again simplifying their attacks, giving much less cover to TSG. Now we gotta see the mirror and Clash replayed most of these rounds, because that's kind of like your substitute operators when you don't have a castle and you don't have the Asami. And in this very first round, they will lock both of those in as well, with Ned and ACOG playing the mirror and the Clash.
Yeah, good picks there already. Liking what I'm seeing from the TSG side. I also love Loyal picking the Sentry on the TCSG for TSG. That's a bit of a mouthful. I'm seeing a little bit more of the slug shotty here for the recruit picks these days.
It's It's still technically in an evolving meta with the changes like Lee Sin and Fenrir losing the shotgun and ACOG's being gone on defense as ACOGs, and we haven't fully, I think, realized what the exact meta is going to be. And we probably won't until about maybe Munich major qualifiers, like the end of playoffs. I do expect before the stage started that we saw a bit more my Jaegers and more util meta kind of vibe. And at least in the APL, we haven't seen much of that almost at all. There's been some rounds in Chalet, like a bar defense, like a lot of shields, like my Jaeger, but overall, the meta hasn't shifted that much yet.
Well, if there's any map to see my Jaeger, you'd think it would be Cafe. A lot of power positions that you need to protect on this map. Wamai these days, you mentioned shotguns, he's got one now. He's, in theory, a lot more pickable than he was before. We'll see. As the attack have a recruit of their own, Hunter, on the striker with his shotgun, opening up these default hatches. No dedicated hard breach operator for this round, but the Thatcher is picked. A lot of people are really using that Thatcher for a hell of a lot more than just getting rid of Coyote and Bandit for hard breach. No, you're going to want him for dealing with things like Echo drones, even Nitro cells as you go for a plant, perhaps even nullifying that clash.
Maybe
or getting rid of... Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Obviously they are in, but they don't know that. TCHU downstairs gets a kill. Pluto trades back 4-on-4 numbers. What is going on? Yeah. I mean, nice ideas there from Man LFO, but unfortunately the execute was just not it. They might have killed the clash, but at a numbers disadvantage. Not a great position to be in. Everyone up on the roof or on rappels. Yeah, that was an unsuccessful execute. And really the pivotal part of that was Loyal down in pillars. Yeah.
On the middle floor, he just swung and killed the guy who was rappelling inside. It was meant to be the double nade in tandem with the rappel in, but yeah, it didn't work out. Loyal has still survived, despite some shots from Hunter. And LFO are in pretty dire straits at the moment.
Yeah, the issue with, only two people making a play, Rappel on in, of course, White Hallway and New Balak is the issue. You got 3 people on the tag outside the building, and you've gotten no map control. Now you got to do the exact same thing again, but with less util, less numbers, and much less information. So back to square one. 1 person Skylight, 2 people in Cigar, making their move. They gotta pick at least 1 kill up before they can plant. The fire, Sharky.
Ooh.
Okay.
Scary there for a second for Sharky, but yeah, it might just be winnable, but not if Loyalty's going to find that pick onto Beers. Hunter's all alone, 1v4, M4 in hand, and he's not even going to find ACOG. Yeah, big round from the Mirror, by the way, and yeah, easy as you like for TSG. They read the push. Loyalty is saying, who on earth called that strat? Scars is apologizing. I wanted to try IGL against you guys since you're 7. Damn.
I mean, to be honest, if there wasn't a player downstairs in pillar taking down the line on the rappel in, I do think that could have worked a lot better. But Loyal was downstairs. Otherwise, you get a good crossfire, Lion can cut the bomb set in half essentially, you can now drop the skylight, etc. And a lot of things kind of open up. But when you don't find that opening on a direct attack like that on Cafe, because you're stuck on the roof and rappel on ins or hatch drop, it's really hard to follow your teammates. So it's very much like either your entry succeeds and you might win the round, or your entry will not succeed and you're probably going to lose it. And that's the price that you're willing to pay when you go for those kinds of strats. You guys are afraid.
It's funny, like the difference between the all chat in this game versus the Outlast versus Ludavica game. It's like that one was actually like, Quixie and Karo are really having a go at each other. Here they're just memeing. Like this is pure sass.
It's pure rage bait is what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying outrageous things. It's funny because in some regions you don't see anything like this, and in some you see a ton of it. Sometimes, you embrace it, you let them go at it. Sometimes you go, guys, cut the chatter, stop talking in chat, like the admins will step in. It's very like vibe check based off the region, I find, in teams at hand. And also how far they take it, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I think there's a pretty healthy balance at the moment in OCE. Yeah. Nothing too nasty. Recently, at least.
Just don't make it personal. Bonk.
Goodbye, Scopos, Shell.
Yeah, it's one of those. If it goes unnoticed, you can go for a crazy flank late round. If you get found out, now it's kind of just a roaming gun, or I guess because you're on the bomb site, but like you run around with just a gun.
Yeah.
The Scopus is an interesting operator because it's one of those, it can technically work on any given bomb site, but it can also just bring you absolutely zero value. It doesn't have like a good baseline of like every single round you get at least get this. Like look at smoke. So like no matter if it's a good smoke or a bad smoke round, you at least can use the gadget to some value. Scopus is either on or off, no middle ground.
And Ned's also going to find one with the ACOG. We're mid-round, so I'll ask a quick one. Do you feel like Scopus needs a buff so that the shells can do something else? Like, for example, if the shells had Clash's ability?
Oh, more slowing stuff? I don't know, man. I wouldn't hate the idea if it could shoot it and like little EMP, because often you'll drone the shell and they'll just watch the shell be like, okay guys, he's not teleporting back. If you could EMP the drone, they wouldn't know if it's teleporting back or not, because the drone would be
similar to a bulletproof
jammed.
camera. Yeah, I mean, if a bulletproof camera can do it, why wouldn't Scopus?
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's got that tag in him, but
comes the Sens,
light
light
cool
wall.
idea.
Oh, Machine actually loses his fight. He was actually set up nicely to take it with the light wall protecting him from reception. But regardless, he loses his one, and TSG fall apart. ACOG needs to go big. We know he's capable. We saw it last round. 4 kills and yet to die. With the Scorpion in hand on Ella. Zero's watching the other angle. The smoke will cover him off. Nitro Cell will find Hunter. 2 versus 2. As the light wall pushes ACOG into a different position. Again, it's just him and Zero as Sharky and Scars try and find their way into the bomb site, where, by the way, Zero has made his way back inside. He will eventually fall, leaving it just up to ACOG, who's going to go above. This is a very, very dangerous way to play it. He needs to find some kind of vertical denial, but there's no vert open for him. A risky play to make. Now he needs to find a kill on the vert or rotate back to side and isolate 2 ones.
Yeah, I mean, it should be almost impossible, right? All the Man and LFO gotta do is play together.
Yeah. They are back in Bakery together. Rotate hole's not fully made. He doesn't have any info. That's the problem here.
Yeah.
Not enough info gathering for him. He's even having to check coats. TikTok says Pluto. And hello says Scars. Goodbye to ACOG. It was a bit of a tense round. Bit of a strange one in the mid, but despite TSG's best efforts, Man LFO got it in the bag.
Nice entry. It seems like Man LFO are happy to play. I don't want to say TDM because they're playing strats and util, but they're happy to like force gunfights and take the 50-50s, and it feels like TSG right now just being forced to match them. I mean, in that previous round, you have operators like a Scopus who lost his shell. All you can do is match their aggression and take a gunfight. It's kind of been the story so far. I'm surprised we're not seeing more trap-oriented operators from TSG try and weaken Man LFO on those injuries. Because right now it's Melusi, for example, right now. But you got stuff like Finner is available in theory. So is Legion. If you want to go the distance, you can play more information operators like a Valkyrie, like a Maestro. TSG just happy to match for now. Good guns more than anything else.
Yeah. I feel like the lack of info gathering is going to hurt them if they're going to try and continue playing those like late round loosey-goosey fights, you know. ACOG was just called out in the all chat for baiting, allegedly, by being in VIP a little bit too long. That's not quite so bad if you're playing for late 2v2s, if you've got like a Valkyrie on the board, you know. Because your dead players can call out to the remaining teammates to clutch up. But when you're completely starved for info and your teammates are dying very separately, it's a complete waste of time.
It's also one of those, like, he knew there was a guy reception somewhere, so if he walks out and just dies, then his teammate is now in a 1v2 instead.
Yeah.
You gotta play that fine line of, hey, I want to stay alive for a 2v2, but I also want to try and get back if possible. But in that VIP spot, you're kind of on an island on your own, and as you said, with no information, you don't know what's clear, you literally can't afford to make a play. If anything, his teammate should have played more passive by the bomb side, not died as early as he did. But that's all in the past. Players always make split-second decisions with the best of their ability. And there are a lot of decisions in the round of Siege, like hundreds, if not maybe even thousands sometimes, of these micro decisions constantly. What to do, what not to do. Yellow ping, a lion charge, and a blitzing jump on in. Try and get this freebie.
Not a freebie after all, but Bit of damage received by Sharky doesn't matter because Scars and Beers team up together to find the first 2 kills. Oh, wow. Good job from Pluto, supporting his teammate on Sharky on the blitz.
Oh my god.
And it's a complete decimation of TSG on the bomb site. Machine, last one to remain, 1v4 for him. It's not possible, realistically. He won't even find the first. Hunter's found him, hunts him down, and takes him out. That is a devastating attack. Straight into the all chat. Machine more like bot.
That is
damn.
a crazy run. Good round though, very good round. I mean, it's literally just 1 minute play, being like, guys, there's a free pick right here, and then you get a second one off screen, and you just don't stop pushing forward because they had the finger boost, they had the lion charge, they had the blitz just moving forward. They could just keep on pushing in. And now 2 very big util operators remove from action. The clash to complete the trifecta of Asami Castle Clash being banned, meaning only Mirror you can hide behind. But then a good response here, I think. A Brava ban means now you can force the Maestro every single round, which is going to slow the game down a little bit. But at the very least, force out the Dokkaebi and play around those calls instead. Interesting enough, there's no mute. I feel like ban the Brava, play something like, you know, the Echo, the Maestro, etc. And then if you play a mute, you can put a jammer in a safe location, and a Dokkaebi call will actually not counter the Maestro cameras, as you won't get affected by the phone call. And then you get full uptime, and that's the dangerous part of Maestro. Can just sit there and sap people, sap drones, see the planter. Now there's a small counterplay on a timer. Those 2 Dokkaebi calls.
Interested to see what the idea is with the Monty, because Man LFO tend to push together. They tend to have a clear idea. Last round, I really like how they used the sends. You know, we talked about how the play got separated in VIP. It was the sends that enabled that by cutting off these angles, isolating 1v1s. So what's the play this time with the Monty? After the top 4 executed in the first round was pretty pitiful.
Yeah, it's looked a lot better since then. And as I always say, Monty brings so much stability and even new possibilities, especially a map like Cafe, where once you drop these hatches, it's hell in a cell. You're fighting people, C4s below, crossfires, deployable shields, like cameras, and the entirety of the piano room is one big kind of dead zone where no one can really be in the middle of the room. If you're a defender, you'll die from window repels. If you're an attacker, you'll get shot from any of the 20 different angles, all the way leading to the bomb site, from freezer walls, bathroom, long desk bar, etc. So Monty can kind of walk in, figure out, okay, Evil Eye over there, Maestro camera. Let's try and flourish drone that. That's the first step. Then you gotta say, guys, Cigar clear. You can walk in Cigar. They've done both of these things right now. Then you can start kind of jiggling into Piano or hop on cams. Figure out, okay, is there an Evil Eye Maestro cam in Piano as well? And just slowly kind of move forward. And that's the thing about Monty. You might not be rushing the bomb site by any means, but every second you're getting one step closer to your next objective. And that's huge.
Yeah, you're right. It's really starting to show the lack of a mute here. The drone ability is so strong, and it's enabled Man LFO to go for this early execute. However, TSG will stand firm. They've got their positions. Pluto goes deep, finds one, but no, the second will not be found, and Sharky will fall to Ned. Hidden in the freezer. He's cold as ice.
2 guys in he's at their blue, 2 freeze, cheers, yeah, just like that. 2 guys stuck together, shoulder to shoulder, they win the round together more or less. And Man LFO not being coordinated here. Pluto goes in for 1, and despite having so many bullets left in the primary, whips up the pistol, and then a second later Monty shows up. Surely Monty could walk in first, you use the primary, you can go for a reload. They weren't really in a rush, but they were indeed rushing in that particular moment. Now the question's been asked, who was a Rooney? Someone made a mistake somewhere that he's not happy with, apparently. Or a play.
Yeah, I think it might have been a play. I'm not sure which,
might have been
which
a
of them
play.
was on the arena. Yeah. Oh. This has been a bit of a wild game. Hard to keep up with. I mean, Man LFO sending it, these top floor executes, not landing either of those times. TSG, they're not doing anything particularly fancy. It's not really util based even. Like, yeah, we had the Evil Eyes. It was just positioning and gunfights. I mean, Man LFO, it's kind of on them for going for this really aggressive gunfight-centric play and losing it. Got to put a bit of respect on TSG's name.
does feel a lot like it's Man LFO that are winning and losing these rounds, because they're the ones constantly being proactive, right? They're choosing to go a fast play or a slow play, and TSG, again, all they can do is really match. They're being more reactive than proactive, saying, guys, we're gonna set up our defense, see what happens, and take it from there. They're not going for plays and jump outs and swinging first. They want to scope out the landscape and then take it from there. Man LFO, they've shown us, you know, their blitz rush, the Monty slow, like somewhat slow push. Now they got more like Aura and Sense. Machine getting very proactive. Jump out isn't even smoke, by the way, of all operators. Doesn't find the kill though, or any damage.
That is a play and a half, if I've ever seen one.
If that doesn't work, you're getting flamed in all chat. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you jumping out with smoke? But he survived.
Yeah. And now it's just down to a map clear for Man LFO. Slow and steady as always. TSG, they're really going to be leaning into this Maestro on account of that Brava ban. Just like they did last round. You got the Deimos too. For Man LFO, it's Pluto looking to hunt down these roamers, as TSG have all fallen back down to the ground floor.
Mid 42, a little bit behind the usual curve, I would say, but the fact they have a Bog and a Ram means they can definitely speed this up and do this quicker than usual. The only thing they're missing, but from my look here, is an easy way in towards the bombs that I think a shield or an OCE, something like that. But they do have the sense to help make this play work. They also have Roar. They can close off the VIP double door if they want to, if that's what they want to aim for. They can sense wall off the areas to, you know, watch the hatch drop and the walk in. And they can try and get down that diffuser. But there's Maestro, there's Toxic Babes, there's Goyo Fire Canisters. And if any of those are positioned where the plant is going down, then it won't work. 60 seconds left, and looks like Man LFO might be going for a bakery rotate instead.
Wow, this is an interesting bait and switch, but Pluto loses his entry. The Maestro, not just good for the evil eyes, but good for the older. Absolutely making mincemeat out of the attack on that bakery side. Beers now has to pick up the pieces. I don't think it's something he can juggle. Ned has crushed them. Only noobs to crutch. Oh. There's one kill for Beers. It's a big drink, though, ahead of him. 3 players standing tall. 30 seconds. He's got to pick up that diffuser and get to work.
Fenrir is a big problem. I was talking about it earlier, right? Play the Fenrir, stop the entries, and it's working so wonderfully. The babe's going out. Beers on the wedding window has to jump in. Finds one. Hold up. Throw territory, but ACOT locks it down and finds the final kill. Again, TSG simply reacting to what is happening in the server, but doing it better, and now takes a 1-round lead.
Yeah, wow, that was a round and a half. I gotta say, despite Man LFO's best efforts, credit to TSG, I think they've really leaned into the bans well here.
Yeah, they have.
The Clash is taken down, the Castle and the Arena are taken down, so it's less about fortifying strong positions and more about this beastly utility. When you got the Brava band out, you use the Maestro, you use the Fenrir, and what the hell are you meant to do? If you're Man LFO, how do you clear and peel back the layers of util to go for an execute? They're often trying to do something very rushy, and it's just not going to work when you've got Fenrir, Smoke, Tuberal, Goyo, Maestro, which was the lineup last round. All of those operators perfect at countering those rushes.
Neto completely popped off. Didn't even hit the Goyo canister first. Just went for kills, then stalled things out. We don't see pro teams go for the bakery take very often, especially when you go for like a roam clear into a bakery. It's almost exclusively going to be a backside take from the hatch, from VIP. We also did not really get to see Aura getting much effect in that round, much value. The Vert didn't get to see that much value either, because again, the whole round ended in bakery, which doesn't have any of those things. No Vert and not that many doors, really. Final round the first half. Man LFO looking to tie up in a 3-3. Playing a bit more standard ops this time, right? They can do flank lockdown with the gridlock. They play Thatcher in case they want to need it. Only thing they're kind of missing is Heart Destruction, which they don't need on Cafe, but it can be nice if those piano walls are reinforced and they're holding Piano Cigar. It can be nice if Freezer walls if they're holding Freezer, for example. That's not necessarily a must-have. The question for me is, how can a Man LFO get inside the building without losing a player early and try and build a small lead and build from there? Because right now there's 3 guys on Rappel and Scars is already dead.
Big jump out. Zero will be traded by Beers, but He's gonna hit the well played.
Okay.
Where did he jump out? Which window did he jump out from? I think
It's the heaven balcony window, surely, no? They're right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just jump out, shot the one guy, door was closed, and then died.
Wasn't going one for one worth, says Scars. I mean, dude, you're just salty because you died first.
I mean, he might have jumped out and only gotten one kill, but the entire round has frozen. Like, it's been 30 seconds of nobody moving.
Yep.
It's rotate again from cocktail rappel to piano rappel to the hatches to skylight. Man on the floor just kind of they're fishing big time, but like the bad kind of fishing because they're not catching anything.
Yeah. Fishing but no bait. TSG can continue just holding on to these positions. Flashbangs go out. They do land. Beers on the upside down rappel. Man, this guy seems to be so good on his shot. No surprise, he's the top-rated player. Oh, Scars disconnects. Thankfully, he was the one who was already dead. Here's a flank from Ned. Sharky caught unawares. And despite picking the gridlock, a player has been flanked for Man LFO. And they're back to even numbers. Taking the top floor, sure, but there's a long way to go.
Lacking some vert destruction, right? No breaching charge from the IQ, has frag grenades, of course. Shotgun from Hunter has to do a lot of work, same with gridlock, and time is kind of ticking away. If they can get the default, you know, vert angles and hold the rotate and hold the flank, they can technically go for a plant, but if one thing goes wrong, it can, of course, not work out. TSG got a flank at the same time from pillar, from brownstairs, from the side. So only two attackers that can hold an angle when that third guy is planting.
Oh, that's a big swing from ACOG, traded back by Beers. 3k on the round, and the plan starts to go down. Hunter has to cover. It's a bit of an awkward spot for him. Beers, you don't have to swing this, but he gets the kill regardless of 4k. Oh, I'm thirsty. I don't know about you. Loyalth has got to clutch it up, but Beers doesn't have time. And he'll sit back and not find anything. A 4k, but nothing left. We go into a tech pause to reclaim the disconnected player, but TSG more than happy to swallow that 4-2 split on their defense.
Oh boy. Honestly, it's such a barn burner. I feel like at the very end there, it could have played out so differently, right? Beer swung for the guy coming from pillar. His teammate vaulted up on the laundry machine as well, holding the same angle. And then Beers ends up getting the kill himself. His teammate covered him, dies shortly after. The flank here, 1 second later flanked, by the way, and I think he just dies to pre-fire. We saw the flick coming out from Shaka and Thatcher, but he missed his shot. So close. Had there been more time, it would of course been Beers' clutch and ending up on 10 kills total, but instead it's at 0 left. Defenders win. 4-2 for TSG. And it's funny because again, they keep just reacting really well to what LFO are doing, and this time they've started disrupting them as well. The Warden jump out 1-for-1 trade is always a big argument of, hey, is it worth Warden dying if you kill the Lion? Like, who's actually the better player here in the decision making? But when you're disrupting your opponent when they're attacking, they gotta go to a plan B. They gotta change things up and do something differently. And in cases like that, I do think the 1v1 or 1-for-1 trade rather often will favor the defenders, as they keep the map control, they keep top floor, they're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that's right. And look, TSG have slowly been kicking into gear over the course of the stage. Their first game, they lost pretty handily to Chiefs. Their second game, which was after a bye, so had a bit of a longer gap between their second game, they lost to Ludavica, a little bit more competitive. And then last match they played was against Outlast. They lost it, but it went OT. So slowly, they're getting closer and closer to getting their first win under their belt. I'll tell you what, this first half is looking pretty good. Man LFO, who made a bit of a statement by beating the Chiefs, are now on the rocks against the only team in the league that has yet to find a win. And TSG, this could be their chance to get onto the scoreboard, get out of last place, and start to really make a conversation for why they might actually make it to the playoffs.
It's always funny because you're seeing this like 4-2 and TSG looking good, but we haven't seen them be the ones to make the play. I keep saying this, but when you go on side swap onto the attack inside, you can no longer be reactive, right? You need to be the ones to make the play. So I'm curious if side swap will change things up for the bigger picture, or if TSG can adapt.
Of course, the second half will be just around the corner. We're going to go to a quick break, but on the other side, Man LFO look to come back against True Synergy Gaming.
You know how they say it's not the destination, it's the journey?
And the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you know what?
They're right.
Oh, too salty.
I can see a lot of sauce on that one.
Oh shit.
All right,
Later.
move on to wing number 3. So you like Korean spicy food? What do you think of Australian spicy food?
So shit.
Why? Not spicy enough for you?
It's a bit spicy, but it's too salty. Not gonna lie. Maybe I have to bring my spicy Korean noodles.
So you'd rather do noodles than wings?
Yeah, noodle will be better for me.
So what should spicy food taste like?
It's really yummy in Korea. Like, it's really good chemistry with food. So it's really separate flavor. Just chicken and hot sauce. Yeah,
You don't put chicken with hot sauce?
yeah, never.
Really?
Yeah, but they just mix sauce with chicken.
So the chicken already has the hot sauce
Yeah.
mixed in?
Yeah.
And this is hotter than that?
In Korea, more hot,
But also better.
yeah, not salty. It's really balanced.
All right. So what would you have to rate this, the first one? Rate it spicy out of 10, how spicy it was?
It's 2.
2 out of 10 spicy.
Yeah.
And flavor?
Shit.
Out of 10?
Yeah,
Shit out of 10.
yeah.
All right. And then the hot ones?
That is fucking 7, maybe?
7?
Yeah, tasty shit as well.
So you got through our wings, Australian wings, pretty easy, right?
Yeah,
Stage 2's coming up. How are you going to get through stage 2?
like this wing, I will smash all of Australian team and then Asian team.
So champion and OCE, but of course this time around we have the APL playoffs where you actually get to play against some of the teams from Asia and APAC North. Who do you think is going to be the APL champion?
Maybe Fear X is one of the contender, but Elevate, D plus that import roster will be contender as well. I hope we take that champion spot for Australian fans and then Australian scenes and then Czech fans, because our organization is based by Czech, so make them proud.
And where are you from?
South Korea, maybe?
Okay, so your organization is Czech, and
Yeah.
you're from South Korea,
Yeah.
and you're having a go at D plus and Elevate for being import teams.
But, you know, I'm already playing in OCE 3 years. I think I'm OCEs.
There you go, Mingo.
뭐라고 있는지도 모르겠잖아. 어렵지 않아. 무슨 생각한지도 정말 진심인지도. Guess like I've never guessed before. 나 좋아하는 건 맞아. 친구들이 다들 바보래. 사랑 표현 못한 벙어리. 한 번도 안 해봐서 어떡해. Honestly. Cause 1, 2, 3 중요한 건 you and me. 내 곁에만 있다면 Baby can't you see. 자꾸 쳐다보면 말이라도 걸어봐. 속마음을 표현해. I know we're gonna be alright. 손이라도 잡을까. 품에 안겨볼까. Whatever your love language. I know we're gonna be alright. I know we're gonna be alright. I don't wanna talk, I don't wanna fall. I know what I want, yeah, I want it all. Looking when I walk, here's my number, call. Pick you like a lock, just to make you crawl. Going out with all my friends, fire dripping down my dress, make you wanna look again, but you did. Oh, nothing like you've ever seen, glamorous straight off the screen. I'm about to make a scene. Oh, I like the way that they drop that, turn heads. I like the way that they stop red. Who's next? Making you blush, give you a rush. Look at us, look, don't touch. I like the way that drop jaws, loose heads. We're so gorgeous, want high, yes. I like the way pop off, transcend. We're so gorgeous, want high, yes. I like the way wanna play the game, wanna know my name. We make it look so fancy when we're in the place. Stunning, so money, easy like 3, 2, 1 thing. Line I'm cutting, you love me, turn it on like it's nothing. I'm going out with all my friends, fire dripping down my dress, make you wanna look again, but you did. Oh, nothing like you've ever seen, glamorous straight off the screen. I'm about to make a scene. Oh, I like the way that they drop dead, drop dead. I like the way that they stop red. Who's next? Making you blush, give you a rush. Look at us, look, don't touch. I like the way that drop jaws, loose heads. We're so gorgeous, want high, yes. I like the way pop off, transcend. We're so gorgeous, want high, yes. I like the way drop jaws, loose heads. We're so gorgeous, want high, yes. I like the way pop off, transcend.
Welcome back, everybody, and thanks for being patient while we get everyone back into the server. We're here again, Pengu. It's Man LFO and TSG. That first half, a little bit lackluster for the favorites of Man LFO. Not quite what we were expecting out of them.
Not quite, but I do think things, of course, might change up now with the side swap. NLFO did start on the attacking side, and honestly, that could have very easily been a 3-3 half, but they find themselves down 1 round in a 2-4 situation. They've banned the 1 shield operator in the blitz to slow down the pace, and the Ying to follow as well. TSG will do the same as ManLFO and get rid of the castle and the Asami. Again, 2 very stable operator bans on maps like Cafe as well as on Bank. It's very rappel oriented with those long lines of sight, and you know, to grant some cover to the defenders. That's gonna get removed now. So either you gotta play more aggressive as a defending team, or you gotta start finding different ways of getting that defensive cover. We can look at stuff like the Clash or the Mirror, or simply playing more information to know where the attackers are coming from and what angles are safe and aren't safe. Man on 4 are playing Capkin in response, and they're starting downstairs in kitchen. It's a very unusual operator for this bomb site, very unusual in general for Cafe because there's not that many doorways. Triple Capkin stack on VIP double door is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. That's putting a lot of eggs in one basket, really expecting TSG to go for a VIP, because a lot of the time these days, people really aren't hard clearing VIP.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
It's, yeah, you're right. I mean, you need to get people to sprint in the door and not check for a Capkin trap, but at the same time, if Shark is gonna play there actively, and he just tucks the corner, they gotta swing it without checking the door from first unless they drone it, so that could work. We see the Bravo being brought out likely as in case of any of those util operators like we know and love, like the Maestros, but they, you know, not being played right now, just the Melusi Banshees really, they can hack. And Capcans technically.
I think it's so telling that TSG bring the Brava straight away, like you said, but it really like just makes me think about how they kind of, well, like, we need to ban Brava so we can play our Maestro, Echo, Fenrir. It just goes to show how much they respect that playstyle because they themselves played it. But yeah, like we said, it's nothing like what we're playing here for Man LFO. That said, you can of course hack the Banshees from Melusi, which could have a big impact.
Capcan traps as well, technically you can.
True, but I mean...
It's hard to do, but and easy to see, but can do it.
Yeah.
They're all a bit by the bomb site. The pace right now, I like to see the attackers start breaching the hatch and do the vert in about 1 minute 45, 1 minute 50. We've just hit the 145 as the second boogie drone goes down. Just waiting for Machine on the capital as well. He has got the hard reaching. He's also been there. So I would say they're right on the course for what they should be doing. The only issue now is the Brava. Oh, that's a freebie. That opens up the round a lot actually for the attack. There's less sense of sight now for Man LFO. But the Brava is a bit of a dead operator in this round. I think for this particular attack, by the looks of it, it's not going to find much real value. It's going to be more about the door can be call timed well, capital smoke and fire, and try and get down the diffuser. Cyro, because it's just a roaming gun, is going to apply pressure on Bakery instead and take the attention of that one player inside, which is Scars on the Warden.
Yeah. This is a great spot for him to play, though. ACOG primed on the power up, ready to take some fights. And ACOG standing next to him. Zero with the SMG-12 in hand, just waiting for his cue to go in together. Call is at the ready. He's actually going to rotate over to Small Bake. Making a lot of noise. There's a player on the other side of it. It's Pluto. He gets flashed. As the logic bomb goes out, Hunter does in fact get the kill from the grave onto Machine. But the defense stands tall. It's just Ned left as he tries to make his way down the red stairs. TSG could not eliminate some of these key positions. They couldn't take control of Bakery. And I think that's the end of it for the TSG attack. Man LFO will actually give him control of the back of the site and kitchen service. He's going to go for the plant here. Surely there's a plant denial opportunity here. Scars has a nitro cell. Pluto's got the smokes. He'll find the kill onto Beers, but not the second. And Man LFO kick off their defense.
It's funny how we haven't really seen a downstairs execute from either team. It's like verticality, get the hatch, let's go Bakery and die. That's been the case now for both of these two teams. And I don't know, this jump in right here, the flashbang didn't seem to affect the smoke the second time around, so he gets the freebie. I guess he turned around. Ludavica call came out, Sire walks in against the Warden 1v1, they both lose their gunfights. And when you lose two players like that, I mean, that's kind of just a round with that. The Capcan Trap, the triple stack, I think, on VIP Door also got a kill, so that worked too. And then one of those tilting things in professional level of play is probably down to a Capcan Trap or a Frost Mat. Especially if you know they have a Frost and somebody called out the Frost Trap. And then like a minute and a half goes by and you forget about it. And it's like, guys, I told you. It's like, yeah, I know. Okay, my bad. It can tilt you.
Yeah. It's early days though. TSG still have that lead, but it wasn't a very inspiring attack. It was that's anything to go by. I'm not going to be optimistic about their chances for the rest of the half. Man LFO can very quickly close the distance here, close the gap. A lot of vertical made here by the Aruni punch, and that's actually not even for a mining defense. This is reading bomb site. Quite a big extension on the top floor. Hunter on that shotgun pulse. And Pluto going for a spawn peek here with his DMR.
Classic 2-barrel players, right? You got active util and pocket and a spawn peek, and I can't believe this, what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Used to
Classic.
be dark, now it's 2-barrel.
Yeah, I mean, it should be the Aruni, because the Aruni has already used that util. That said, Beer still has one in pocket, by the way.
Yeah, he does. I do like the idea of saving some util for later in the round if you have a clear plan in mind with it, not because you just simply forgot to put it down. He's put it down now, as I say that. Scar stars the net though. The Nomad finds a pick downstairs somewhere, I guess, on the pillar door.
I think did Scars jump outside, perhaps?
Maybe he jumped out as possible. I actually don't know for sure if he jumped out or just peeked the door. Yeah, he peeked the door.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Silly man.
Good fight though for TSG. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile. It's hard to sink your teeth into an attack on Cafe. But after a 4-2 split on the defense, they don't need much to make this look very possible. Execute on the top floor is imminent, but we've still got Pluto waiting inside a backstore. He goes back into Freezer. Loyal coming from the white hallway. He's going to be a big one. ACOG finds one with the shotgun, though. It's going to have to be a trade, and yep, in they go for TSG. Sharky's the last one remaining, and he's going to have to send it up to try and push for a retake. Loyalth's got him with the LMG. All it takes is one attack. They find themselves within touching distance of match points. A round that started and ended out of nowhere. Man LFO looking very rough.
I saw the vision there though from LFO. They were playing Tuber Arcade, locking down those freezer and bathroom walls. That means they're only playing in basically two positions, right? They're playing Cocktail up top floor where the bomb site usually is, and then they're playing inside a white stairs, or on the white stairs itself, and it's not really very strong positions. Plus, they lost a player early when Scar swung and died on the Solace, and the person playing white staircase covering the hallway was a pulse shotgun, which isn't the greatest gun for the job there. Of course, he had the Reaper secondary, I believe, but opted to go for the shotgun play instead. And with that, Man and LaFoe are now down 2 rounds, 3-5. We'll call their attack timeout and try and figure out what adaptations they can make, because they need a round on the board here very badly. In fact, they would like 2 more rounds on the board to tie things up and take it from there. They also got, 1 more round to be played, this one before operator bans, so they can't really ban anything out just yet.
Yeah, another thing to remember as well, Nick, is that,
Attackers need to
if we are to see Man and LaFoe come away from this game with the full 3 points, they can't drop around from here on out.
Yeah.
And the standings are getting pretty ruthless. Man and LaFoe have a chance to rocket all the way up. I believe 2nd place. If they win this game outright, they'll get 2nd, maybe 3rd. Yeah, 3rd place. They won't be able to catch Enterprise on round difference just yet. But they could definitely be in the conversation for top 2. If they lose to TSG, I think that conversation is gone. So they really need to buckle up right now. Chiefs, EP, and Ludavica at the top of the standings above Man right now. A couple of points and they'll be able to start contesting. Something to keep in mind, actually, is that Man and LaFoe, this is only their 4th game, whereas Chiefs, who are at the top of the scoreboard, have now played 5 of their 7 matches. In fact, Chiefs have played the most games out of any team aside from Dream Warriors, who unfortunately have lost 4 out of the 5 and got no points from those games. So, still a chance to catch up here for Man, Ludavica, and Enterprise, the top 2. But yeah, definitely don't want to be dropping games to TSG, who are yet to find a win on the scoreboard.
Looking for any changes right now, and it's we have tech in the server.
Oh no.
Ned is breakdancing on the edge of the roof and is stuck.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's gonna have to be a rehost, I think. Oh, Scars and Beers are saying it's after 30 seconds. Well.
True,
the age-old question, rehost or no rehost, Nick?
I mean, I feel like I have a very easy stance on this, which is that it's cafe. You're gonna spend the first 30 seconds getting to the roof. Nothing really go wrong until you get there, right? No one has died. Hatches weren't opened up. You haven't seen anything. Nobody shot a bullet. Like, it is literally as even of a round as it possibly could be. I don't see the whole 30-second soft roll, because it's just there for good measure, It's pretty much, if anyone has gained an advantage in a given round, then it's unfair to rehost. In that particular instance, no one has even seen each other. I don't see how that's possible. I say rehost it.
Yeah, well, of course, thankfully for us, it's not up to you, Nick. We have a crash hot team of admins who do the job.
And they're gonna agree with me because it's true.
They probably will.
It's not a hard call to make on this one, thankfully, because sometimes it can get really tricky, to be fair.
Yeah, of course. We're just going through this rehearsal at the moment.
We had, I don't know if you recall, but we were casting Consulate, you and I, and he was stuck on the rappel on the meeting balcony, but a kill had happened in the round as well, and it was a long rehost, because it was like, do we rehost it, do we not? No one knows. It's hard.
Yeah, it is. Well, TSG, after that attack round win, certainly made a statement. They're on their way to their first win of the stage, but of course we have to get everyone back to the server. We'll be back in a brief moment to finish off TSG versus Man and LaFoe.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. When my body only moves for the beat, you've been waiting for me. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just drop like I'll just la 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 la. I'll just drop like I'll just la 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
are
forward top.